You can wave. The folks should be able to hear me now. And now I just need to add yourselves. Everybody wave.
How long do we have to wait for, Lauren?
You shouldn't have to wave anymore. They should be able to hear you.
Oh, good.
I say with great confidence.
Wasn't the harsh?
Right.
No, that's to Chase and Jay.
Right. Let's do this. He says. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. I can't remember the last time we streamed on a Thursday. But it was, Jesus, it's got to be, what, 8 weeks?
It was the 17th of February.
17th of February. Right, let me sort out Sunscape because it's currently got cows and shit moving in the background.
Standard for San Fran.
Standard San Fran.
Nano Moo.
Nano Moo.
Nano Moo.
Right, so we're currently all in an apartment, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go
I
back.
thought we were just about.
We're in a bungalow.
Yeah, I've gone to the bungalow.
Well, was Chase was about to get his ass kicked in with.
Yeah, and Chase
yeah,
Chase had
yeah.
fed honey
Monster.
to the honey monster.
And
Well, I
then
was
run
about
out.
to get my ass kicked in. I didn't run out. I don't run.
That's why
Oh,
you get
you
your
go
ass
through the
kicked.
window.
We do. We run.
You're cowards.
We saunter.
Cowards and winners are
Scoundrels,
very
sort
close.
Yeah.
So
It's a
welcome,
knife edge.
welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Tonight we're going to be playing Carbon 2185, which is essentially Cyberpunk 5e. It's a game by Dragon Turtle Games, who sponsor the show. And if you go to dragonturtles.com website, I don't think I've got a mail tonight. No. I don't know if.
Good job you've got Dave then.
Oh, Dave, you know all this stuff, yeah? He's also
He's
muted,
mine.
so he can. Hopefully, there was some links in chat.
Mate,
But if you
thanks,
go-
mate.
If you
Just
go-
cracked up on sugar.
If you go to Dragon Turtle Games website and buy anything and put in the web the code at the basket, wait, is it wait?
Yeah.
WAIT.
W-A-T.
Hey,
What
it's been
you
over a
say?
month since we
Jeez,
played this.
I've no idea, but you'll get 10% off. So yeah, go check out their stuff there. You can find us on social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just go find Heavyweight Gaming on any of those, and you better find me. Follow.
TikTok.
There's no TikTok. Yes.
OnlyFans?
There's more likely to be an OnlyFans than there is a
OnlyFans.
TikTok. And yeah, so go check us out there. If you want to come and join the Discord, please do, and we'll talk nerdy, or you can ask us nerdy stuff, and we'll just get nerdy together. Blah 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 blah. If you want to jump on the previous 32 sessions of Cyberpunk goodness, you can go to our YouTube channel, which again, just go to Heavyweight Gaming on YouTube, and you'll be able to find us. There's lots and lots of, there's hundreds of hours of us playing games on there. If you're interested in the Cyberpunk one, click on the Carbon 2185 playlist and watch hundreds of hours of these lot being lunatics. So yeah, so Cyberpunk stuff is cool. It has been 2 months, so we're probably going to spend tonight trying to remember each other's names and what is actually going on, because you know
Even, right?
nobody's
Yeah, everybody's Stephen.
everyone's Stephen with a silent Z and an extra apostrophe at the end of the P. The chibi artwork, it's been that long, I've actually forgotten to get 2 pieces of art that I was planning on getting.
You mean 3? Oh no, 2.
2, yeah, Chase and Abel. That famous religious brotherly hoodness. Chase's middle name, Kin. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers, Monkey Face? You can donate 200 bits last year's to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week, but there is no longer a cap. So if you lot are generous enough and you want to throw 200 bits in, they get a reroll. If you want to throw 500 bits in there that my mods refuse to make a command for, I get a reroll. It's very appreciated. Don't feel like you have to. It's just funny. Do you want dice that roll nat 20s an unnatural amount? Visit Bardic Inspiration UK with a wide range of shiny click-clacks. Loaded dice, we call them. They're just trying to posh it up. But yes, we've our sponsors across the channel, basically. You've got Bardic Inspiration, you've got Sawdust and Swearword, you've got Roughworks Creative, you've got Loki Battle Mats, you've got Frag Maps, who are not an official sponsor, but they do ridiculous Cyberpunk maps. They're so good. It is scary how good they are. We've got Coyote Grey.
Give it another month and a half, we might see one.
Well, if you don't spend 6 weeks doing nothing, what do you want to do? Sam, don't mess about, please. If you go to Roll20's marketplace, if you go to Roll20's marketplace, search Coyote Grey, you'll get to see the Chibi pack token, Chibi token packs that he's done. I bought all his fantasy ones, and as soon as he did a Cyberpunk one, I bought that immediately. It's filled with hundreds of tokens to play around, and they're like $4.99 that you can use on your games for your virtual tabletops, etc. We do our music with Sirenscape. They do great ambient noise sound sets and music. So if you're, doing a car chase or fighting a dragon or flying in the sky or in a cyberpunk nightclub, they can take care of all that. If you're playing around the table, you can play it out your PC, your tablet, your phone, your Bluetooth device, etc. If you're playing online like we do, everyone gets the web player app. You invite them to your game via a link, and they can hear the music that you're playing. And it's up to you how loud you want it to be or not be. Yeah. Salam Jubilee! Thank you very much. Thank you for the Prime sub. Where am I? Is that it? That's all the good stuff. Right, let's go on with a recap. These lot are in San Francisco. You're in District 3. You're currently in a bungalow that you've bought, or that you've all chipped in and basically put Ian's name on. You are doing work, a few jobs for the Sons of Chaos. You've been doing the odd job. Your last job that you did was rob a truck and delivered it. That was nice. That was lovely and nice. You have discovered that the Sweet Shop are hiring, or at least paying, smaller gangs to get on board the old Sweet Shop mentality. The thing you've noticed about the gang not far from yourselves is they are all wearing those little sweetie bracelets as modelled by Abel. There you go, just like that. Yeah,
Join the dark side.
Yeah, he's a double agent. So check out sweetshop.com. but yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
That's not ours.
It's not. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. And you realise that the gangs are obviously carrying these as a sign of loyalty. 413X decided to go looking into a corporation, or a smaller corporation known as Fresh, and discovered that they were involved in military projects a long time ago, and these days their main product is neurological testing, research, development, and they have a few smaller businesses around the world, such as an automobile company in Rome.
You beat me to it.
Fresh wheels, baby. Was that the shot with the cumin? Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. I think we left with 413X and Ian, Abel and Jean at the bungalow.
I don't even know if they got that far. I know I'd left. Then there was a lot of time where there was drinking piss water.
From what I remember, John had just left the building. 413X had left a little while before. I was stood next to the door, and Chase was about to get his shit pushed in by Mr. Ronnie.
Shit. Oh shit. What?
It's not 9 o'clock yet, Dave. You have to wait.
First question, why are you curling one out there and then Chase?
Me.
Right, so
Nothing was going to happen
at
to
the
Chase.
Mr. Uni was on the pinball machine, correct?
Eating honey.
Yeah.
Because I just bought him a jar of honey.
And then he'd run out of honey, hadn't he?
I don't think we got that far.
I'm pretty
He
sure.
yelled no honey.
He yelled no honey.
No, only.
No honey.
Oh, I thought he was saying that to Chase, like none for you type.
That's what I thought.
No,
Oh,
he's shouting he's run out.
Well, I
already.
thought he was just eating the honey and then looked at Chase and said, "No honey," as in you're not honey. But
I mean, after 9
Up
months.
to interpretation.
So let's try and get everyone caught up so we can actually do something. Right. Has someone put a shout out on the old Discord?
Getting the bad rolls out. I haven't used them in a while.
Right. So, as you chase, we'll get to the other folks soon. So Chase and Abel are still in the bar. Yeah. You and you went on a bit of a shopping spree and kind of bought the things that you asked for.
Yay! Psychic.
Mr. Honey, he's scooping honey out of the pot and turns to you and goes, "No honey." What do you do? Do you react or do you just smile and wave, boys? Smile and wave.
Is he saying as in, is he finished the honey or I'm not getting no honey?
Now, I ain't got a clue what skills happen in Carbon because it's been that long. So let's go with sense motive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's a skill.
Pathfinder, D&D,
Yeah,
and Carbon. Why would they share any of the same skills? Oh, they do all have athletics, so that's good. So what'd you get for your sense motive?
Sense motive. 16.
16, cool. You guess that he's getting towards the end of his honey pot. I mean, it's like 2 scoops. He's got massive hands. Massive hands. That's his nickname at high school. And he's near out of honey. And you can see a little bit of sadness behind the eyes, but he doesn't really know how to express such sadness, apart from shouting, "No honey," at you.
I don't think it's time for more honey. I'll get you some more later on.
Looks at you, and there's a bit of a Puss in Boots moment. More honey.
Pointing at the lady at the bar. Boss lady said later.
And he just dives into you and gives you a massive hug. Like he's as big as you are, both arms go right round you, one under, one over, and you can feel they reach on the back. And they give you a massive hug. More honey. Not that.
Reciprocate the pat on the back.
Just gently, or with like full embrace.
So we're all still watching this.
Only Abel, you and Yeaton and Fallen 3X are not there. Jean, I think you were about to leave or just left.
Just
Right,
left.
I think
believe.
I just left here to go and sort the house out.
Yeah, so Abel was in the doorway, assuming a cool place to run or call for aid or neither. So as you do this big pat on the back, mate, he's just like, more honey, and then he gets more and more excited, and he just starts shouting to the bar like you've agreed that someone's just won the World Cup in something, and he's like, more honey, and everyone's like, more honey, and he's like, more honey, and he gets back on the pinball machine and starts battering away on the buttons on the side.
And
Sticky
then
fingers.
And then I'll head out towards April. Do this.
I'll hold the door open for him and be like, "You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
More honey.
Don't fucking say it. Just.
So,
As soon as I go out the door, straight face.
yeah, that nails me. What's he talking about? Don't know what you mean. So you walk out onto the streets. Jean's ahead of you. We'll say for this, unless you want to catch up to Jean, you'll all get to the apartment in the next bar. Yep. Jean, are you doing anything? Are you like ninjaing off on a side quest or no?
No.
Just got to check.
Keeping it.
Keeping it real.
I've got some funky shit to build out of a jump pad.
That is true. You'll be shocked, but I made notes for the funky shit out of the jump pile. So yeah.
I think you sent me a message, by the way. It's reminding to say what I wanted in my funky suit, and I never got back to you.
No, you didn't. So that's on you when it didn't turn up. So I actually asked all of you for a wish list, but you're alright, love. You're taking medicine and crisps. I mean, you've
I've been out of it, so.
gone full counsellor stay there, love.
I just want a heart.
Okay.
You're shit out of
Yeah. Because Dorothy died years ago. So, you all get back to the apartment. Yern's just come back from her shopping trip, and she's got a long case with her and various other things. She's essentially walked in like Schwarzenegger in Commando from the gun shop. Just a couple of large old dolls, dumped them down. Abel, Jean, you get in there. 413X is already there, making a tin of noodles, and chasing Abel shortly after. So you were all in the bungalow with the shitty yard, the garage, the 2-car driveway, and the scrapyard at the back of it. There's a bit of music playing from an old radio, unless one of you turns it off. In which case, let me know and I'll turn the music off.
I'm listening to it while I clean my guns.
Just rubbing oil all over. Oh no, your rifle. I understand. Go. 3, 2, 1, go. Go! Go! Be cyberpunks.
How's the pub?
Absolutely fine.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I'll look up at Chase and sort of like, then look back and be like, yeah, it's fine.
Insight check. Sense motor, sorry.
Go on.
When this unit left the pub facility, it was still standing and
21.
was mildly populated.
We went for a walk. It was ineffectual.
What, did you get any sense more of you?
21.
They're not lying. There are various interpretations of the
They're not exactly truth in
of
either.
the last. Well, they've not lied. Their answers have been truthful. They might be lacking in detail, but you get that from what they've said rather than your sense of motive.
Thank you for the microphone. So I need to ship
It
it
was
back insured.
babe.
Yeah, that's right. Have a word, John. Have a word.
I was wondering what's going on. I was like, what?
It's like,
We don't want to know
Lauren's
what you got
voice
from
got
Ansel.
deeper.
Alright, we don't want to know.
Oh,
You're right there. You're right there, Niff. Your cheeks are a bit. Yeah, you alright? You good? Yeah.
That microscope's not for you. Is it?
And tweezers. You know what I mean? Somebody clip that. Can we have that clip, please? So the apartment is a shithole, but it's been enough for you to downpower and sleep in recently. You Jean, are you straight into the scrap area, or are you hanging around in the main?
Does anyone tell me that you've bought the place?
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, this is ours now.
I'm gonna go and see what I can do with that
On that question, I'm off.
pile of junk that we own out back.
Yeah. I instead of getting paid for that job with the truck, I got a favour off the Sons of Chaos, and I asked them how much it would cost to buy the place, and they turned around and went, this much. And I showed them the favour, and they went, all that. So yeah, we now own this
Yeah,
So-
but
place.
Right.
it's not as if we're short on cash.
AD,
Yes.
how long have we had this bungalow before he bought it?
Yeah, I
Less
think
than
you
a day.
stayed in it
Yeah.
yesterday and bought it today.
Yeah.
So I paid all that rent for nothing.
Take out for Chase,
Yeah, pretty much.
and I'll walk and follow John out to the scrapyard.
No.
Jean,
No.
before you go,
Pick me off.
You're
Is
on
that-
mute, by the way, John.
What's that? 4-3X.
you suggested that I seek getting all of my compatriots and or friends together before making a decision. We are now all here.
Oh,
Oh, that was
sure.
the big plot thing that we should have done in the recap.
He called us friend and or associate and or compatriot.
Friend singular is me.
Yeah.
I bleed.
okay.
I'm
I'll,
currently speeding because I'm out a bunch of money.
I'll look at 4-3X's go. Are we going to need some drinks for this?
This unit does not require such sustenance at this time.
Cool. Chase said I'd grab a bottle. I think we're going to need it.
Did you go grocery shopping?
They did, yeah.
No, I went to a grocery store. I didn't shop.
Well, lucky I picked up some beers then.
John will, yeah, okay. I'll
When
grab
you
a couple of beers out of the
you
fridge
should,
and then
grab a bottle,
pass
Chase.
them around.
Chase looks down at the bottle already in his hand. Grabs another one.
I'll take a seat.
Fallen 3X
We'll
talks
also
to the
take-
small child that snuck in the back door of the bungalow.
Alright, I missed that.
They've all grabbed a beer. And they're all staring at Fallen 3X waiting for the, we're going to go wipe out a mega corporation.
And
As you were all no doubt there, this unit spoke to another old acquaintance of its, known as Michaela. This unit has been receiving odd memory bufferings, which is causing it to see things that aren't necessarily there. This unit, while having run diagnostics, has determined it is still at peak efficiency. However, this unit has also seen that its clock is running down, and thus there will be a time that this unit can no longer function. This unit does not know any further about synthetics and the degradation of time on its memory banks. However, this unit has investigated as far as it has seen, and there is a corporation known as Fresh, which has many holdings in many different areas. If you wish to purchase a car, then I suggest you travel to Rome. Otherwise, they seem to mostly just do the sale of groceries here and also medical care. This unit is going to go to a facility that is in District 4 in regards to its well-being and mental care, but will also investigate why it is having these flashes of memories that this unit has no recollection of.
What
I
are
do not
the-
know why you need beverages for this.
I was just thirsty.
We're
These-
all alcoholics that are in denial.
all that.
I mean, fair enough. These images that you see in that dark compute, what images are they?
This unit recollects a memory of being sat on a bench with the younger unit known as Michaela, and her laughing, and this unit having told some form of joke. This unit appears to feel it. This unit then
Shocked look
saw.
on Chase's face.
This unit then saw a argument between Michaela and another being or person on a motorbike outside the bar. This unit could not recall the face of the being that was on the bike. Then, as this unit entered the bar, this unit felt the backlash of heat, almost like entering a burning building. This unit is worried that its efficiency for this group of individuals and cyberpunks will be ineffective to keep you all alive.
Not just your job to keep us alive, we're a team, we keep each other alive. And if you need help with this, well, I know I'm here to help you.
Between the combination of what I know about technology and by extension what I may or may not know about synths and my medical training.
Give me a tech roll.
Welcome to what I had last session. Everything you say, get a roll. At least yours isn't mind rolls.
Right, 413X.
The flat tech.
Making my robot roleplay. Yeah, go on, mate.
Just flat tech.
Yep.
11.
Are you wanting to know their end of life?
I'm more saying, does this sound based on what he's describing, does it sound like a repressed memory, or is it possible for a synth's memories to be adjusted mechanically?
Yes to both.
Okay.
Who am I with?
Look at
Houston
413X is not there, unfortunately.
Synths are essentially very advanced hardware. So
Yes, we are.
Hello.
yeah.
Once,
I'll look
Tom.
at I'll look at the other synths in the room and be like, is it possible for people to be able to tamper with your memories?
I believe it's entirely possible. If you think
depending.
about it, we are created, so I wouldn't see how, in theory, we could be hacked.
Sean, from what you've told me, what happened in Olympus Mons, I mean, it's fairly obvious that synths memories can be messed with because Chase has no memory of that place.
I would say each company that makes us can have different
Yeah.
levels of like tampering and whatnot.
And also,
I'm with-
they could have activated you outside of that, so they could have created you there and activated you wherever you started.
How do you know they're your memories?
You don't. They could have implanted memories in you for a specific purpose. Like if you are going on a mission, they might have given you a specific set of skills based off of memory, especially if if you're built for espionage or something like that. Like I had a bunch of stuff, I suppose, pre-programmed in me to help me with the things I do. So it's not implausible that they can reboot you further down your life. I know a lot of us don't really have as long a life as a human would. Like I know I'm doing well for my years. So how long is a 413X here? Like how long has she been about?
413X. 413, you are, well, at least Chase and Jean know 413X is like 40, 45.
So he's coming towards quite an old age for us. Because
Obviously,
I'm late middle age for one of us.
I'm pretty young for my kind. And with 413X, obviously he's not the first technology, but he is like the second gen, which isn't probably as secure as what mine or Yetten's are. So he
How-
might be able to get tampered with more.
How far into your life cycle are you, Chase?
16.
See, I'm a fair bit further than you.
I'm a babby, mate.
You are a babby.
413X, how old are you?
This unit is on 41 cycles. The
How many
anniversary of
cycles?
this unit was 2 days ago.
When did you first start having these memories?
This unit began having these memories yesterday upon meeting the unit known as Michaela.
Now,
Okay.
Who did you do work for when you were first switched on? Which corps?
This unit is unsure of that.
it'll probably be in one of our manufacturers that I would have been with. So as soon as we get activated, it'll probably be with the manufacturer that manufactured us.
This unit does
Unsure.
not believe that is the case.
Unsure, as in you don't remember?
This unit cannot remember 100%, but this unit has a vague recollection of about 17.65% chance that it worked for the corporation known as Fresh.
Okay.
413X, who manufactured you? If you want to answer that.
This unit is a Houston Dynamics Mark II.
So that's Eddie,
Yes.
can we...
Incorrect. You are a Houston Dynamics Mark IV.
You're the same as me.
can I try and have a look if any connection between Fresh and Houston Dynamics from around 413X's time frame, what he said from when he was younger? Or can I find anything?
When you say have a look, like
Yeah,
out the
like-
window, you're doing a bit of Google.
Google, effectively.
That Toogle.
Toogle, sorry.
Toogle. We're not allowed to put the G at the front.
Yeah, it's a silent G. Replaced with a T.
It's not uncommon for scents to be manufactured and sent straight to someone else.
Yeah, but try and dive a little bit deeper into see if there's any connections, like
Sure, I mean-
military-wise.
I mean, you
If I can.
mean, like sometimes they get sent to Mars and stuck in a lab as well.
I've got a plot, motherfuckers.
We'll work that one out later.
So,
Look, 413X. When do you want to go?
investigation. Chase, give me an investigation check while they're talking.
Is that a query or a statement?
Investigation.
Oh, good when you are.
18.
18. There's nothing overly obvious. Nothing mentioned in 413X. You do discover a corporation called Fresh that is indeed well known in that it's not on every single hollow board that you see everywhere advertising itself, but the more you search the tinters, you do discover that Fresh is, not. You don't have to dig deep. Fresh is a corporation out there that does have multiple businesses under its umbrella, like automobiles or the grocery chains and stuff like this. Their biggest thing that you do find is their neurological medical research and development is their main product. Off the back of what 413X has told you already, it doesn't take you too long to find that they do have a facility in District 4, but there is small bits that they may have been done military research many moons ago, but there's nothing clear on that. It's just a lot of corporations bought that on because the military side of 2185 is quite popular amongst folk, so it's always nice to have that in your little sales pitch. But there's no detail on it and nothing to do with 413X.
Yeah, fair enough.
This unit was just informing you all of where this unit was going. This unit does not feel that it is required that we all attend with it.
Right, 413X. As you left Michaela, I stood back and had a chat with her. She pleaded with me, and was it you, Abel, that was there with her? Yeah, and Abel, for us to effectively stop you from doing this, because it would not be good for you. Now, as your friend, and we've worked together for quite a few missions and months, if you want to pursue this, I'll happily help. But she did say this would not end well for you. So that potentially means that she knows more than what she's letting on, potentially.
By the way, that's where we're going.
I'm telling him what she's told me to, stop
Oh
him,
yeah, no,
effectively.
that's, and I'm answering 413X's sort of questions as well. Agreeing with you.
Yeah. So obviously, now she said that, it's not the best for you to pursue this because it won't end well. Do you want to continue pursuing this?
This unit needs to run at peak efficiency to keep its team members alive.
It's a good enough answer for me. Let's go.
We're with you. We don't have to, but we choose to. Because you want to keep us alive, we want to keep you alive.
If this unit is unsure what you are going to do while this unit is undergoing maintenance, maybe
Protect
there
you.
will be some pamphlets in the reception area.
We can read pamphlets.
Just go.
call me a pessimist, but I don't think it's going to be as simple as turning up and being like, "Hello, I'm here for routine maintenance, please."
This unit has redesignated your label as pessimist.
Thanks.
Do
Have you
we-
unblocked me yet? Or?
Do you want to do a backup before we go in, just in case? Back up any, like, your current memory banks and things?
This unit does not have enough storage device for backing up, nor has it a connection to anywhere outside of its own utilization area.
How easy would it be to either get hold of a new blank synth and transfer you over?
This unit is not a synth mechanic, nor an engineer, nor a computer, nor an understanding of any such work. So this unit cannot answer your question, other than to say unknown.
I was gonna say were created by a massive corp.
Jean, you will know that they are like backing up a mech, a maintenance mech. Easy peasy. Plug it in, USB, off you go. Backing up a synth is quite a complicated, specialised task. Exactly what Chase has just said. They're created by megacorps. You won't be creating a synth out of the junkyard. Do you know what I mean? But it's not. You've heard of multiple synths sharing the exact same simplistic functionality. They're just very, very advanced compared to a mech. There's a difference between a mech with a gun and a synth with a gun. So they are a very detailed creation, in whether it be backing up, using, programming, selling, buying, acquiring, etc.
I'll pass that on in the TLDR version.
A long time.
45 days pass.
So I'll yeah. I mean, if this Michaela thinks that you going to this place potentially is risky for you, then we're going to be there to make sure that that risk is mitigated.
Oh, it means I can't bring my machine gun.
Speak for yourself.
No, I look at Chase and go, no.
Bring the machine gun.
This unit believes, in a rather ironic twist on a 90s pun, that we should split the party.
I throw up.
Taking us so long to get everyone together at once.
Literally, I'll let everyone catch up so you all get together and can do some stuff. Right, first task. Right, you go that way, you go that way, you go that way.
Bye.
Why?
This unit is not understanding the unit known as Michaela in saying that this unit will potentially come to harm or be damaged by such an occurrence as recurring its memories. However, this unit is not functional within a people skill, whereas the unit known as Jean and the unit known as Chase are better people-enabled units to be able to discuss with her.
So you want us to
Mostly
go
also, the unit known
have
as
a
Chase will
conversation?
be able to take his minigun when he goes.
You say
You
gotta have
want us to go and have a chat with Michaela?
This unit, if does not particularly mind understanding it, however, the units gathered around here within the team seem to feel that it was of importance to understand this, whereas currently we have no understanding of it.
To be honest, I think we've got all the information that we can from Michaela. I don't think there's much more she can really tell us.
Or is willing to tell us.
I'm all for violence. I'm not gonna hurt an elderly woman.
This unit wasn't determining that you would need to use violence against her, merely that the opportunity to present violence to 30 odd members or anyone else that got in the way may occur.
I'll look at I can't remember Dave's character's name. That's terrible.
Abel!
Abel.
Careful.
He's had 4. It's fine.
I'm looking at. I'm looking at Zoom. I'm not looking at the Twitch. I look at Abel and Yun. It's like, what do you guys think? Do we go and have a chat with Michaela? I might be able to find out more. I never got a chance to talk to her last time.
If
She
you
may-
feel you could get more from her, if 413X thinks it's wise before we go, try and get him rebooted or whatever he needs to be done.
But this
Have it
unit will
better.
not wait. This unit will be going to Fresh as soon as it leaves here.
Okay, well, I'm sticking with him. So, yeah. Whatever you guys think is a good idea, but seeing as he's going straight to Fresh without waiting to find out what Michaela was on about, I'm just going to stick with him.
Yeah, which is kind of my inclination too. I don't disagree, tactically speaking, 413X, that having a bit more of a conversation with Michaela may present more information. But if you're not going to give us time to learn and then act on that accordingly, then I'd rather stick with you right now based on what information we do have.
What time of day is it, lady?
Middle of the day. By the time you'd gone down to the Big Alley Road 30-person showdown.
413X, tell you what, there's no point going down somewhere and just kicking through the front door, or even just walking through the front door without potentially knowing what you're walking into.
This
So-
unit will be walking into a medical facility where it will be signing up for maintenance to do with its memory banks. This unit does not intend to go in there, as quoted previously by Abel, guns blazing.
Oh, by the way, here's the bullet that I owe you.
This unit appreciates it. Where are the other 4?
Not the time.
Those are the 4 bullets I owe you.
There was a
This
tax.
unit.
How do you know that you can trust this organisation to do the maintenance on you that you're expecting them to do?
This is what I mean. Like, it's a corporation. It might only be a small corporation, but by the sounds of it, it's a corporation that was working with a megacorp. Like, it's probably best to go down. I'm not saying case the place, but like, have a look around, like, get some intelligence about the place, and then come back and make a plan, or even just walk around the corner to a coffee shop and have a drink and talk through what we want to do, because we might turn up at this place and there'd be like armed guards at the door and like surveillance and stuff. So for a medical base, it could be a little bit suspicious. Or
This
it
unit would
might
expect
literally-
there to be armed guards and surveillance at it. It is a medical facility within San
Yeah.
Francisco. This unit also determines that corporations are worked by money, and this unit has the financiality to be able to pay for its medical condition.
Could I ask you a question, 413X?
Query.
You think you had a 70? You think there's a 17.67% chance that you worked for Fresh during a period of your existence which you don't fully recall? What is the percentage likelihood that if you did work for Fresh, and the reason you can't recall it is because Fresh in one of their facilities did something to you to redact and or alter your memories because they don't want you to remember?
1.6% chance.
What that they did?
Yes, that was your query.
So you think there's a
Based on
1.6
current evidence that is available to this unit.
I only have one more question for 138.
This unit finds that hard to believe.
No, really,
As
this
does
time.
the
This time.
Cybermaster.
At this particular moment, I only have one more question. Is there anything any of us can say that will dissuade you from walking down there straight right now?
This unit cannot answer that query.
If in a percentage,
Second question.
what's
there you
the
go.
statistics that we may be able to change your mind?
This unit believes there will be a percentage of 0.001 recurring.
Cool. I'm like, I've got all my shit with me. Just give me like 2 minutes in the toilet, because I mean I've not sat down for a while. And then I'll be right with you, and I'll get up and go to the
This unit is not
Smelliest
understanding.
room
You're
in the
currently
bungalow.
sat on the bed.
Different kind of sitting. There's sitting,
To
and
evacuate
then
his
there's
bowels.
sitting and thinking.
This unit generally stands to calculate.
I think we're coming with you.
This unit cannot stop you. However, this unit does believe it is a waste of your time.
Worst case scenario, we have a nice walk in this lovely San Francisco smog.
In worst case scenario, we read some weird pamphlets, and Abel gets a bit of a longer sit in the waiting room.
There are no miniguns.
So, is the plan to follow 413X into District 4 to the medical centre?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either that, or they're going to try and knock me out while I'm on my way there.
Any of you, and I have to ask this, I don't care what you say, I have to ask this, planning a fucking side quest on the way?
Not
Yes.
unless one presents itself.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, you. If I
Yeah,
accidentally describe the curb of a street shiny, that does not mean it's an opportunity to side
Ooh,
quest.
piece of candy. Ooh,
It's going to be Puddlegate all over again.
Follow the sweets.
Not necessarily a side quest, but I was going to try and contact Michaela while we're on our way.
She has your number. You don't have hers.
Yeah, well,
Are
we know more about her now.
Do we have a vehicle or are we getting a taxi?
No, we didn't do that mission for my truck.
You'll wait. So you'll have to
Right,
wait the allotted time.
So should we go do a mission to get the truck?
In 8 weeks, AD.
It'll arrive the day after you do this.
N+1.
Yeah.
How far is the medical centre from our bungalow?
Oh, wow. It's in District 4, you're in District 3. So you'd have to cross over into the next district. So it'd take you, if you're walking, the majority of the afternoon to get anywhere near it. Or you
Is there a
could-
way to call a cab?
Yes, you've done it many times.
Let's call a cab.
So as not Uber turns up, are you? What's the plan? Just take
Uber.
us straight to a facility?
I would drop us off just round the corner so we can then walk round the corner
Cool.
instead of driving us to the front door and us all getting out and being like, "This was a mistake."
413X, kill him!
We don't accept musicians here.
Yeah. No bads. No bads. So, are you all going kitted?
Yeah.
Minigun,
Oh, yeah.
everything, yeah?
Like a
Put a
short
nice
bar.
subtle case for my sniper.
Yeah, that doesn't look suspicious at all. No one's ever
No.
seen a sniper rifle case in
It's an oboe.
2025.
It's an oboe.
We're the hospital band. We're here for the hospital radio. So, the cab does turn up eventually. You tell it the coordinates. It is automated. There isn't a driver within it.
Because I got one of those things from
Total Recall, yes.
yeah.
The
Here.
look at
Look at that, same wavelength.
So me and Lauren, we know. So yeah, so there is an automated cab driver there. You input your coordinates, GPS, and off it goes. Do you pay the bill or do you bill it to the Sons of Chaos?
I pay it.
Cool. As you go, it takes maybe half an hour, 40 minutes to get into District 4 through the current traffic levels in where you are in District 3. And it'll probably take you another half hour to get to the facility. As you start approaching the facility, you can see that the area, District 4 is obviously less wealthier than District 3. District 4 is the industrial district of San Francisco. This is where all the warehouses are, all the factories are. It is the machine that is the city. As you pass more and more and more industrial estates in their laid out grid format, there are just thousands of people just filed, greyless, colourless, emotionless, just trudging along doing their job or going to their job. There are no breaks in San Francisco. Everyone smokes on the job. You get within about 5 minutes of the facility, and you can see ahead of you the facility. It stands out in the area is that it has got a walled perimeter separating it from a couple of warehouses that are clearly part of its land space, but the main facility, and it goes up, and it has got a rising wave sort of design to it, so it's short at one side and then the archway of the roof goes up and then flat down the other side. Bless you, love.
That's
You all
you.
right? Jesus, I thought you were going to pass out, love. The front way, it is the same aesthetic as District 3. It has got that grubbiness to it, but it's as if someone's trying to clean the grubbiness and got a bit more shine to the curbstone. Over here,
Shiny pavement. Shiny pavement.
Let's go.
Request.
There are guards on the outside, but they are mech format. They are about 12 foot high, full-on Robocop wannabes, 2 bipedal mechs that just stand either side of it. They are a smooth iron colour. There's no great detail or flamboyancy to them. They are quite Ronseal in design, and there is a single person that kind of wanders between them with a clipboard and just kind of checking things on the 2 mechs, and then every now and then we'll look out. There is a stream of people, not heavily in sort of heavy stream, maybe 2 or 3 at a time will go in and 2 or 3 at a time will come out, and they seem to be locals of District 3, whether they be living in, shithouse apartments or the streets or whatever, but this facility is allowing these folk in and out. Just from where you approach and the cab pulls over, maybe like half a street away because it can't get much closer because of debris, and there are bollards in place which all seem to have a small fresh symbol that you saw before on the bollards, showing you that they don't want any vehicles near the front. There is if you were stood right in front of it, the wall perimeter down the left hand side of it, you can see there is a large gatehouse that is more heavily guarded with 2 more of these mechs and actual guards with hardware machine gun in it, and there are 2 or 3 not ambulances but vans that are going in and out, and they do have a single blue light going on them, but there's no siren to it, but they go in and out, and then 10 minutes later one will come back
Of
out.
this facility?
Yeah, but if you were to stand in front of it, down the left hand side, and the walls are just stone walls and a
do they
double
look
glass
like-
door. Go on.
They look like police or medical.
Neither. It's just a van with a blue light. There's no
They're going
police
in with a
colours or
blue light,
whiskers
but they're coming out
without a blue light, yeah. And there's no that you can see pattern. You see 2 come in, 10 minutes later 1 leaves. The front doors where people are walking in is very much it's stone walled. Beyond the gate, that is, it's stone walled and just 2 glass doors. And there are 2 or 3 people at a time going in and out every now and then. Again, not patterned, just expected footfall, as it were.
Is there cameras and scanners and stuff?
Give me
that
a
we could-
perception check. Is perception a thing?
15?
Yes. 15?
Yeah.
Let me see what I've done. You can go here. 15. There are cameras. They're very small. They're not your usual, large, bulky rectangles. They're probably the size of an eye, and you can just see them in the corners. And again, it's only because of your training and the fact that your profession, so far, you've been caught out once or twice, not realising that cameras are there. But you look in the crevices and you notice them, just 1 or 2 of them on either side of the doorway. With them being a circular or spherical shape, they probably catch a lot more than the cheaper ones. But you don't see any scanners.
Alright.
And they are
As
beyond the
people-
gate, they are in the doorways, so above the doorways.
As people going in, are people carrying weapons or?
Give me a perception.
And
I will be soon.
Yeah.
Nah.
What does he get?
2.
2 total.
2 total.
Nice.
Everyone's loaded, mate. You're seeing guns everywhere.
It's not a limp. He's got a 50 cal. So, from what you can see so far, Chase, they're just casuals. You're used to folk carrying anyway. Like everyone manages to get, a knife, a pistol, or something. Biolock obviously keeps them away from more expensive and more devastating hardware. But there are some pistols out there that don't need biolocking, and everyone can wield a knife. But you don't see any obvious traits. There are, multiple flavours of society walking in and out.
Do you think it's wise to walk in there with the hardware that we've got?
Does this look like a?
Yeah.
Does this look like the front of a store, or does it look like the front of a corporation headquarters, or what is it?
It's definitely not a store. It's definitely a larger function to this building. Like the building itself is almost a converted warehouse. The roof gives it a bit more, panache than the rest of the industrialised aesthetic around the place. But panache and aesthetic in the same sentence. Come on, kids! It's only taken 39 years and a thesaurus. So
You move out of Yorkshire and you start using big words. What's this about?
look, just because my 5-year-old learns stuff at school, mate, alright? You know what I mean?
I was going to say, he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
kids, they get taught things.
Yeah, they tell me stuff. Use this word in your next game, Dad. Don't look like a store, is where I was going with that. You've ruined my floor now, Abe. So, but it's beyond those glass doors and that stone wall. You can see a reception area, a foyer. So it's not a grocery store. You can definitely see that this warehouse is being used as a facility. I wouldn't go as far as mega corp, but they've got some pennies. They've got, the mechs on the doors are pretty decent hardware. They're as clean as, as they can be, as it were. They just don't carry military colours or anything like this. But they definitely look like they can handle business if so called upon.
I'll turn to 413X and be like, just in case, you don't recognise this place at all from any like flashbacks or anything? Like this isn't giving you anything?
This unit has never been to this facility before, as far as this unit is aware.
Okay.
.413X walks towards the facility or through the doors.
I follow.
Same.
I follow as well.
Fallen 3X, how are you presented?
I thought you could say, how am I walking? Like,
I put one
generally
leg
left in front and right.
Oh, he goes with his left first,
It's John
Sneaky.
Wayne on a bad day.
as opposed to a good day away.
Exactly the same description as before. So he's basically, he's got his synth skin, but he wears like a pair of baggy-ish
I'll
trousers that
reword
are
the
just
question.
tattered.
What hardware's on display?
Oh,
Oh, you're talking dirty to me.
Oh, chapless synth skin. What?
We'll leave you alone.
You can all turn your cameras off
He has
now.
2 concealed holsters that carry his 2 pistols. Otherwise, he's not carrying anything else. He's
Cool.
left everything back at the
Jess,
farm.
back at the farm. When someone robs that farm, they have got some kit.
is that what we're calling the bungalow?
For now. Jess?
If you've got a better name,
I've got the minigun that's underneath.
That's all I
like,
needed. Abe?
I've got a cello case in my back, concealed holster for the pistol, and a saber down by my waist as well. But I've got a big trench coat type duster, so that might, like,
yeah.
depending on how windy it is. I mean,
It's the Matrix, mate. We don't need wind around here. Jean?
Concealed holster for his pistol, sword on his back, and a few knives around his belt loop.
You brought your sniper rifle with you?
Yeah, but it's in like a long kind of case, kind of like, because I'm kind of dressed a bit like a bicycle courier type thing.
it's a
Like,
keyboard
I don't
case.
Yeah, it's like, I was thinking more kind of art, like tubes case, you know what I mean? Like if you've got,
Like the cardboard tubes with posters in them.
Yeah, but like
But a
kind of,
sniper
Bonobo.
rifle.
But like 8 foot long.
so you know that kind of art students can have
The real
like
wa-
long
real
kind of
wall
zip-up
hanger.
cases
Yeah,
for their roll-ups, like one of those. I've got my concealed holster for my resin pistol, and then I've got some hidden knives as well on my like in me.
Okay.
I'll go to the coffee shop now then, shall I?
I've got my minigun. I'll just there. That's enough.
I don't care what you've got concealed elsewhere, mate. You've got a minigun.
It's under like a trench coat type.
It's got mini
You've
in
just
it,
got a
mate.
hub-
What you're doing, cosplaying Quasimodo, mate? It's a fucking minigun.
It's got mini in the name. That's cool.
This ain't, Jesus, this ain't the borrowers. So,
Holy gosh.
Poddington Peas, aka 47. You, I don't know where I've gone with that. So, as you approach, the chap with the clipboard, his hair is wonderfully kept, combed all the way back over his head and just sits at the shoulders. It's as if he probably puts a fair amount of oil in it to keep it slicked back. Middle-aged, but quite fresh-looking. No pun intended for the corporation. And the clipboard, it seems, there's no like disguising it. You can see imagery of the two mechs on the clipboard as he's backwards and forwards from them. You do notice as you approach that the people in front of you, just in their normal like jeans, t-shirt, holes, coats type things, he stops and looks at them, and his left eye goes woo, and whizzes around all over the place as it's checking them out. As you approach, turns to you, you stand out a lot more than the casual folk in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. You're in a jeans and t-shirt with a minigun. Excuse me, not with that. Or what is that and what is that? And points at you and Enable. Ignores 413X and Jean.
It's a backpack.
I'll roll
It's
against
not a
that.
lie. It's not
I'll
a
roll
lie.
against that.
413X carries on to the facility.
Cool.
Like, if these guys came packing for bed, that's not my fault.
John will kind of like with 4 and 3 it's kind of continue to head on. John will kind of look at the three of them and just go.
It's like, go for it.
Bye.
I don't think 413X looks at it, he's just like, yeah, dickheads. We call this.
I roll-
Covert.
I rolled like sleight of hand or stealth. Would either of those work?
No, you can't hide an 8-foot sniper
I've got
rifle.
22.
I'm just gonna slight a hand by 8 foot tube.
Up my sleeve. On my sleeve.
I've got some rat and stick it.
It's like the picture of the bear trying to hide behind a tree.
Yeah. How tall are you, Chase? Can we get this rifle inside you? What? So you, he looks at you, his eye whizzes. No weaponry inside the facility, please.
Do you have lockers or anything?
We do. You there, points at Jean. Sword is a no-go, I'm afraid.
Jean will stop, take the sword off, and
On your
lay
left,
it down.
lay it on the desk, same with your whatever that is. And he looks at you, and you could tell there's a fair amount of distrust. I have
Yeah, his
to
old
ask-
girl is they sword down on the left. Just continue to keep up with.
Cool, we'll get to that bit. You, sir, what's in the case? And his eyes whirling around and looking at you.
It's my cello case. What do you think's in it?
That's not what I asked. I know it's a cello case. That's why I said, what's in the case?
A cello.
Give me a lie check.
It's not even like a bullshit roll or anything, man. It's just straight up lying.
That'd be persuasion.
15.
15?
I think it's more deception.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot we
Either way,
had
it's
that
a
one.
15.
You might lie with persuasion, but other people lie with lies. Please don't be playing it in the facility. We don't allow entertainment unless it's provided by us.
That's fine.
Amazing.
I rolled a nat 20 on Ian and a 4 on Abel.
Okay, fair.
And you, most definitely not. Points at Chase.
Just entirety of you.
From
Not one of
here
those
down.
people.
No, not one of those. There is no space for such a accessory.
Ah, it's a shame. I will leave for the day then.
It's like you've just left a fucking posh restaurant. I will leave for the day.
I'm out.
Sorry, sir. You're not allowed to come in with slippers on,
Yeah.
or sneakers.
Not those shoes.
Well,
No
I'm
shoes,
off
no
then.
shoes.
We don't allow trainers or miniguns. So-
In my enhanced hood to Jean. Yeah, I didn't get in. I'm at the coffee shop across the street.
And you said Chase had
Jean-
people skills.
Jean will just reply like in short, sharp sentences. Leave the minigun at the desk and get your ass in here. Like, for every word, just its own
Cool.
full
Well,
stop.
you've been told, Chase, that the minigun does not enter the facility. So they've all gone in, and you're stood outside with a minigun. And we'll get to them in a sec. You get a text from Jean.
Ask him, do you know anywhere that I can place this for safekeeping?
Just looks at you completely blankly. Put it in a bank.
Noted. Thank you. And I just walk away because I can't get in.
Head down the strip, just goes, finds 30 gang members and dives in.
I'm so lonely.
So
I'll go
Chase.
to the coffee shop across the street if there is one.
There are several shops across the street. I won't go as far as coffee shops. They're more buildings
No,
that
shops.
people are inside. No, you can see them. They're not that small. They are buildings that you can go inside, and people will give you stuff for one longs. Coffee might be one of them, but I wouldn't go as far as calling them shops. But there are several people in there just exchanging drink, food, smoke, syringes.
Chase is going to have the time of his life.
Ah,
We're enhancing plot.
time
He's
of
getting
my
banged.
life. And I owe it all to carbon.
Good order, you.
How old are we? That's how you know.
Are we going to go for the swan dive?
Fuck no, mate. Some of us carrying a bit of weight, you know what I mean? I mean, you've lost some weight, mate. But, do you know what I mean?
I reckon you could catch me. You've still got the muscle, man.
I can catch. I can. But I ain't. I'll
Yeah,
just
you
straight
can catch
sidestep
me.
it. I'll straight sidestep it.
Alright, I'll go to the one that's passing off for coffee. No alcohol,
Roll
no
a
drugs,
roll
no
a
no.
D3, mate. So a D6, and then half the number you roll.
That's all. This coffee tastes like shit. It's because it is shit, Austin.
Nutty.
A one.
A 1. Cool. As you're heading towards, you do see a woman, hair just like hanging in front of her face, completely bedraggled, drinking from a cracked cup, a brown liquid that smells disgustingly like coffee. Not just like coffee, but it smells horrible. But there is a coffee edge to the aroma. Sounds like they sell coffee there, Jess.
Well, it looks like that's where I'm going to be until these come out.
Cool.
Looks like it's your turn to
You
get
got a
next
book.
to your-
You head into the building. There's no windows, and the door is on one hinge, just hanging. You kind of just the door, like pure fluke, just as you walk towards it. In you go. There are 2 or 3 folk in there that are just sat on debris. One sat at a table that's missing a leg, and they've put a few bricks under it to give it a bit of steadiness. And they are all drinking coffee. And
Classy place.
there is a half-like breakfast bar that may have been longer. You're not entirely sure what this building used to be. But there is someone with a kettle that seems to be making brews for people in there. He just looks across to you. Short guy, scruffy little beard. His hair's a complete mess, like a bit like a bird's nest sort of hair. Looks about 100, but he's probably only in their 20s. All right, mate.
I'll have a drink, please.
That a minigun.
No.
No.
I'll take your word on it.
Cello.
The cello.
You want a brew?
I do.
The piano.
Thank you.
What you got for it?
10 long longs.
Looks around and the three in there just start laughing, and this lad starts laughing. Oh, we don't. One longs are nothing to us.
Alright, I get my side pocket and I pull a bottle of whiskey out.
For a coffee. Done. Done, my good man. And the other three get up and he's like, you sit there. This is my this is my shop. And they get straight on. I'd offer you cream, but it's gone off.
It'd be right.
You want the gone off cream?
No.
Alright. They make a coffee for you, and you trade it for the whiskey?
Yeah.
Cool, they take the bottle of whiskey. They even put you a little clover in the coffee. You don't know how, because there was no cream. But they pass you this mug of steaming, thick, brown liquid that has got a real strong coffee smell, but is a little bit, even for your senses, there's a little bit of that, ooh, it's got a bit of a smell to it. Do you neck it?
I'll sip it. I
Cool.
won't neck it, but...
Give me a fortitude save.
Oh god.
The floaty bits of sweet corn on how much bigger boy then.
It's a bit.
I'm actually proficient.
Hey, Boston.
25.
25.
You only catch 99 of the 100 diseases you were about to catch.
So, you see, you got a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've just done it.
I am proficient in fortitude.
Cool. As you drink this, you immediately tighten your and the veins in your neck go super tight as you tense up like you're lifting the heaviest thing on the world. Your entire muscle, everything about you just goes super tense as you can feel like a crushing effect on your teeth, your jaw. You feel like your muscles are trying to crush you, and you kind of just shake it off a little bit. Everyone around you looks like a potential enemy right now. You're on the cusp of going into rage, but you relax a little bit. You shrug it off, and you are fully aware that there was something in the coffee. That wasn't just coffee.
Gathered from the clover, maybe.
Maybe.
I
And
wonder
the
what page addiction's on. Oh, here it is.
page 100. Off you go.
102 actually.
Not what I was looking at. So, there is a bit of a kick to it, and he just looks at you with a bit of a smile, scruffy little smile. Thanks for the whiskey.
Thanks for the coffee.
Immediately. And everyone gets up for a drink, and he's like, it'll cost you. And they all start arguing about what to trade for this whiskey. And you're just going to stay in the shop, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you lot go through the facility, it's 5:30, fuck it, I need a piss. Right, so, we're going to have a quick break. I really need the toilet, I've been holding on to it since we started. And we'll do the facility bit. We're going to have a quick break. Oh, by the way, folk that are listening, I don't know how many are listening, could be none of you. 8 of you, cool, we'll go with that, it's probably all us. Right, so, we're at GSCon, and we're at the Games Expo, UK Games Expo in June, between June the 3rd and the 5th of June, yeah? NEC Birmingham, go check us out. I'll be there with Mr. Valentine. And we're doing loads of world building stuff, and we'll talk to you all about nerdy stuff for the channel, blah blah, and come and see us, and we'll give you hugs if you're into that thing. If not, fist bump. At the beginning of August in Manchester, we are at the GSCon. If you want to buy a ticket, go to GSCon, gsconuk.com, I think it is. Go check them out, buy a ticket, use the code EMRIS10 and you'll get 10% off your ticket. She's a super cool streamer called Emrys Plays. She is sponsoring the con and is a super cool friend of ours, so yeah, do that, save yourself a few pennies. I'll be there doing a one shot of D&D, I believe, for 8 to 10 people. It'll be 4 hours in our very own seminar room where lots of people can come watch and heckle. During the break, you'll see a little thing put together. I did a little spiel for Matt at GSCon. He put a little video together. It's pretty cool, to be fair. So if you're interested, sign up, etc., do all that stuff. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes when I've relieved myself. And then we'll find out what happens in this medical centre that's completely legit, fine maintenance side quest.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong.
Nothing. Right, real break, let's go. I can. Hello, we're back. I
And
think.
now we're wondering which one of us is going to get killed off.
You.
Who's Shepherd Book?
All of you.
No, you're Wash.
Poor Shep.
I'm a leaf on the
You-
wind.
You'll get you'll get killed in the movie. Right, so welcome back. We are about to where's this chuffing? Okay. Play music, someone's get play music. Well, that's a bit dramatic. Let's not go with that just yet. Fucking Jesus.
We'll pocket that one for later. About 5 minutes time.
If anyone's seen the text from Superheroes today, it's pretty funny. It's nice. It's got a nice Easter egg theme to it.
Right, hopefully. Oh. Hopefully that's not too loud. Right. As you enter the facility, not you, Chess. You're having a coffee. As you go in, 413X, you're the first one to go in. On your left-hand side, there is a large cage with a eye slot and a large where you'd raise like a two-way bucket thing that you'd put things in. There's a area to the left of that cage where you'd put longer items in, maybe 8-foot sniper rifles. And there is a squat woman behind the cage, just no care for her hair. It's just all over the place, full on curls for days, but it hangs down to probably past her ass, and she's got 2 thick leather gloves on, and she's moving chunks of weaponry or a bit of armour or just scrap that has been brought in. The weaponry is not of any great grade. A few pistols, and the scrap is obviously crap from whatever people have managed to salvage. Having a quick scoot around is probably payment of sorts, bringing in what they can from whatever they find. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Shabba! And then off to the right there is a cleaner desk. Wood and metal, there's nothing expensive looking about the place, but it's just better furnished than most places you've seen in District 4. There is a mech behind the desk of the reception area. The woman with the curly hair is again just moving stuff around and putting them into what appears to just be a chute at the back, and you can hear the whatever it is scraping down a long tube, chute, tunnel, etc. to wherever it goes to be kept. As your companions, friends, family, and whatever they're calling them these days behind you potter in and are looking left as they've been instructed to. 413X, you're ahead of them as they all got stopped by Clipboard Man. Clipboard Man, coming to you this summer. You go over to the desk and the mech just kind of spins round on a uni wheel. They are very... They've got the white and blue of ye olde medical uniform colours. They look presentable. They've got a big smiley face on a monitor for their head. Greetings.
Hello.
Not you, 413X. But hi.
Sorry.
From a distance.
I thought you thought about us. I apologise.
Ian comes in on a zip wire. I am the knight.
This unit is looking for medical treatments to do with memory loss and recapitalization.
Oh, please stand by. Let's start tapping. Sound effects, baby.
Almost like you got a keyboard in front of you, but you hit the desk.
I hit the
instead.
book, mate. I hit the book instead. The keyboard is an inch from my hands, and I hit the book. It's like walking past an horse with coconuts in it. Yeah, I can do it as well as I can. So, leave me alone, Dave. I've had a long week, alright? They tap away and are obviously bringing some sort of data up or something. We have an appointment in 2 hours. Appointment slot free would have been a better way of saying it.
This unit will take the appointment.
Care to wait or come back later?
This unit will wait.
On your right, mech arm comes up, gestures over to several long sofas rather than singular chairs. There is the waiting room. Please wait. Name for registration purposes?
Designation 413X.
413X. There we go. Yeah.
You got the keyboard.
Oh, shit, I just texted my grandma. Yes, I will call you when ready. And then just goes back to tapping away on the keyboard.
413X goes to the waiting area.
Cool. As you lot walk in, kind of like staggered behind one another, you and Abel and John, the woman behind the counter. Go on then, what we got? Or do you ignore the counter?
Oh, in
Can we
terms
just-
of handing weapons in.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
clear that's where you do it.
I mean, I'd have been pretty much there first. I'll just
Yeah.
mono bladed katana.
Name,
Jean.
scan this. So your wrist.
Scan it.
Cool. And you just say beep beep. And she wraps a like a zip tie around it that's got a barcode on it. Wraps
It's
it
just
round.
coat check.
Yeah. You get a little raffle ticket. Number 32. Yeah, and she ties it to the sheath. Will this stay in?
Sorry?
Will the blade stay in the sheath?
Yes.
Cool.
And I mean, unless someone tries to take it out, which I wouldn't recommend.
She just stares at it, raises one eyebrow that I can't do. Hits a button, very large red button behind her. The chute opens, she just tosses it in. The last thing you see is the green light, and the green light of your scanner kind of sync up like a Bluetooth. Screen
Look at it and go,
Oh, in District
Lucky
4
number.
with the brown tooth.
stick it in my pocket.
Cool. Next.
And then I hightail it after 413X.
I put my bag down. Here you go.
Scan here.
Boop.
Same sort of thing. Hits the button, opens, just launches it in.
How much is this?
Nothing.
Sick. Thank you. I'm going to give her 51 longs anyway, as a tip.
We don't do tips here, and she takes the 51 longs.
And I go,
Short stuff. Looks at Abel.
I'll just be like, no,
She's
I'm
probably
just
2
with
inches shorter than you.
I'll just be like, no, I'm just with him, and I'll just walk over to 413X.
Good enough for me. And she carries on doing her work. So she's convinced you got in. You're all right. So, are any of you going past the desk, like via the desk, or straight to 413X?
straight to 413X.
I'll bimble in front of the desk and just be like, I'm assuming my colleague has already been up to see you. He's the one on the bench over there.
Designated 413X.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we have no visitors. Company policy. Either check in for treatment or leave. Happy day. And a big smiley face appears on the monitor.
Well, no worries. And I'll just turn around and walk up to 413X and John and Yayon. And I'll say to John and Yayon, it was just like, apparently they don't allow visitors. It's here for treatment or leave.
They've told you that, but not us.
You,
I
just,
walked up to the desk.
you hear a voice.
I'll,
Clear from the mech. We'll count to 30 seconds, then call security. 1,
sorry,
Okay.
what?
2.
I'm going to walk up to the front desk and say, hi, have you got any appointments for just a general check?
General
Everything.
checkup. Stand by. See, that's it. I got my coconuts, baby. 1 hour from now, general checkup available. Do you
I'll
wish to
take
book
it.
it?
Yep.
Name for registration.
Pack Yun.
Park Yeon. Tap away. Please sit in waiting area. I will call you when ready.
Okay, I'll go sit with 413X.
This mech that is saying clear is standing near us because we've gone and sat next to 413X.
No, they haven't come from behind the desk. They interacted with Abel. And they're counting at Abel.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
It's just a mech behind the desk. It's not a human person.
No, the only human person you've seen is the one about 10 feet away from the desk with the weapons there. And there are several doors and corridors that lead away. Clean, squeaky floors.
I'll head up to the mech.
Hello,
Sure.
good day to you.
Good day. I'm 413X's personal physician, and I have some important information that I'll need to be able to disclose to those that are performing his appointment.
Just stares at you. What service are you here for?
In order to provide supplementary information on the medical state of my patient, 413X.
Doctor will do that. What service are you here for?
To tell the doctor how to do their job better.
Then designated 413X doesn't need to be here.
Yes, he does. You have specialist facilities and equipment which I do not have access to in my
And why
capacity.
are you his doctor?
Because I've known him a long time.
I've known him 5 minutes. I'm not his doctor.
No.
Try your people skills on a Saki robot, motherfucker.
I appreciate you're not a doctor. You're a automated interface that is allowing me in order to be able to book appointments to this facility, which my patient has done. I am now informing you that I am his doctor and would like to attend the appointment with my patient in order to ensure that your doctors are given all the information they require in order to be able to effectively do what is required for my patient.
We have an appointment at 2 o'clock.
Is that the same time as 413X's appointment?
Yes.
Is it with the same doctor as 413X?
No, you require a different doctor.
No, I required the same doctor as 413X at the same time as 413X
You
to be in
can't.
the
That
same room.
appointment's already booked by designated 413X.
Yes, I'm going
If
with
you
him.
wish the appointment after, you can book in.
No, I want that appointment with him. I want to go at the same time,
If
please.
413X will give up his appointment, you can have his appointment.
No. Could I speak to a human interface, please?
We'll check. Starts tapping away on the
Just
thing.
has to speak to the manager.
Out comes Robocop. Fuck do you want?
I think we know what Sheen's nickname is. Karen.
Whilst that interaction's happening, I'm assuming the countdown is still happening for me.
Yep.
So I'll just turn
What
around
you
to
see,
4-1.
Abel, is while his smiley face is interacting with Jean, there's a countdown on the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Yeah, I'll turn around to 413X and just be like, I'm going to go out and see if I can find wherever the fuck Chase has got to. I'll give him my comms frequency and just be like, if you want to keep this open, I'd be much appreciated, but don't feel you have to. And then I'll just walk out.
I got your comms frequency. Yeah.
Goodbye. And you leave to go find Chase.
Yeah.
It's not hard. There's a building with no windows across the road and a very large synth. Damio with a minigun. Oh look, I know that guy. As Abel leaves and you're stood there, you know, with a pen tapping the desk. Supervisor, on the way.
Thank you very much.
You need a new haircut.
Who are you aiming at?
Unit does not require a haircut.
No, Sean, does he need a haircut that's kind of like poofy at the back?
413X, Ian, you're sat there in the small waiting room. You can hear there's no, you know, waiting room music. There's no elevator music going on. But you can hear the beeps of, like, not necessarily life support, but you can hear the machinery out and about when doors open, or sometimes the doors will slide open automatically and get stuck and then eventually open. So it's definitely an age to this building, and they've managed to spruce it up the best they can.
I go to 413X. Like, do you want to stop, John? Seems to be trying to get into your appointment with you. Are you okay with that?
This unit has worked with the unit known as Jean for approximately 1 month, 16 days, 7 hours.
7 months, 16 days, 7 hours. Unless Fallen 3X is deliberately trying to forget the first 6 months, which was essentially
most of them as memory.
was session 0, where you lot were really competent, and then we hit session 1.
And this unit has since failed to stop the unit known as Jean at most occurrences until such a time as the unit known as Jean has determined that it should follow the advice of the unit known as 413X. At this juncture in time, the unit known as Jean is currently on stage 2 of this step. This unit believes that approximately by stage 4, the unit known as Jean will either be escorted from the building or will come over to request aid from 413X, at which point 413X will designate to the unit known as Jean that it's probably best that he waits outside.
I am worried
But
that
this unit
someone's
has
going to
learned.
hurt him.
But this unit has learned you cannot interrupt this phase, otherwise the unit known as Jean gets cranky.
That's fair. That's fair.
Over comms, I'll just go, you mean hysterical? And just
This unit forgot he was on open comms at the same time. Apologies.
Abel just had a feeling.
I understand, but you do have a say in this.
This unit has not been asked its opinion, other than by the unit known as Jean.
So how do you feel about this? Do you
This
want
unit
him?
has no feelings.
Okay.
Head inside.
Do you want him
And
with you?
outside.
Do you want him with you in your appointment? Because in the slightest chance that he's able to blag his way through, do you want him in the appointment? Because we can stop it now, in theory, stop all this nonsense before that chance, and you have to make that decision at that point, after you've done all that.
This unit does not mind if you all attend this unit's maintenance cycle.
Okay.
It will probably be more exciting than the pamphlet array that is currently in front of you. But then this unit has learnt the one humorous partition is that paint drying can be humorous.
As well colour food.
Just some. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna watch how this plays out then.
As this unit said, it's currently phase 2 of 4.
Okay.
As if by magic, phase 3 comes out the door.
This unit has now upgraded to phase 3 of 4.
Just gonna get able.
what's it?
If you hear shooting, come back.
Okay, just before I potentially do, because I found Chase. Who would have instigated the shooting?
Who do you think?
Cool, we might see you.
That's fair. That's
We'll
fair.
leave it as a strong possible, unlikely maybe.
It's more just to get me and 413X out rather
No,
than.
that's fair. That's fine.
The door behind the reception mech opens, and a woman of about 5'6", 7-ish of African descent appears. She has a very long braided hair that is kind of bunched up on the top. She's wearing glasses that are clearly very expensive and of an augmented feel. She is smiling. She is of maybe middle-aged. She's got a very youthful zest about her as she approaches out, big beaming smile, bright eyes, and she is she doesn't walk with purpose or anything. She tips up. She looks quite happy to be in the situation she is in as she comes up and speaks to the mech. She is in a long, what would have been essentially very bright long coat with several colours of it representing her culture, and she interacts with the mech behind the receptionist silently.
Silently.
The mech, you can see as the mech turns, they clearly have a conversation, but there is a silent conversation that happens. She then turns to you. Ian, you said you were watching this unfold?
Yep.
Give me a mind save.
Help me. 18.
18. Cool. She approaches you, Jean. What seems to be the problem?
I appreciate that you have this highly sophisticated, automated response unit in order to book traditional appointments for your visitors and patients and whatnot. I was trying to explain to someone, though, that the unit designated 413X is a long-term patient of mine. We both believe that this facility is able to offer the best care for his next stage of his treatment and maintenance cycle, per se. However, it would be great if I could perhaps be there just to help your operative doctor be able to get the kind of full extent of the medical understanding of 413X's recent issues and challenges that may have in some way, shape or form resulted in his current condition, which we believe you're best suited to treat. But I appreciate that, it may be against your normal policy to allow someone else in the room at the same time, but perhaps I could have a chat with the doctor in advance or a member of your team. Might be an alternative arrangement. And I kind of got that all of that was outside the standard programming parameters of your reception unit here, and thought it best that I just had a conversation with someone.
Give me a sense motive check.
I mean, I've rolled better. 12.
She's nodding and smiling. Her attention is not on you. And then she goes, sounds terrific. You do that. Everything's fine. I'll make sure all the paperwork gets done here. Just wait with your friend. I'll inform the doctor. That's fine. Have a nice day. And she fucks off back out the door. Way up the door she came from. Ian, as you are watching this and you've had your little conversation with 413X and you can hear the conversation going on with Jean. You kind of look over and then you double take. And then you freeze for a moment. And you just almost black out. And a word, you hear it internally. Give me a perception check, 413X. Based on hearing, if that's got anything to do with your augments or anything. But you say the word almost silently, but you hear it more in your head. And I'll wait for his check.
21.
21. You also hear the word, but it's almost, if any other noise would have happened at that time, you wouldn't have heard the word leave Ian's lips. But what you hear in your head and what you hear her speak is the word mother. And then you kind of shake it off. You're very aware that happened on the reaction when you turned and saw the woman talking to Jean. And then she disappeared back through the doors. John, you were going to say something just before I did that bit.
I was going to say whether or not I noticed whether or not she was, because you kind of sense motive check.
You just knew she wasn't focusing on you.
Yeah, that's just kind of, she wasn't really paying. Did I?
It was definitely past you.
Yeah.
So you can guess that 413X or you and sparked her focus. There's no one else in the waiting room, but that's entirely up to yourself. Or a picture on the wall, who knows?
I'll say thank you, and then I'll turn around and walk over to Ian and 413X.
Huh. I just felt a really weird feeling.
I'll sit down next to them both if I can. If not, probably closer to Ian, given she just said that and said she recognised one of the two of you.
She wasn't looking at us.
She wasn't paying attention to me. She was looking past me at you guys.
But 413X, did you get anything then?
This unit was not looking at the conversation that was occurring. This unit was running binary internal directions. However, this unit can confirm that its audible track heard the unit known as Yutun mention one word.
What was the word?
Mother.
thought so. I think we need to go.
Why?
What did I just say? What did he just say I said? That I didn't know I said?
Why does that mean we should go?
Because someone just tapped into me and made me say something that I didn't willingly say.
Or you remembered something that someone didn't necessarily want you to remember.
Well, me?
Well, how do I put this delicately? And I look over at 413X. There's some synth form going on here for that sort of thing at the moment to do with this facility.
AD out
Yep.
of RP.
I'm glad because you call me Eddie. Thought we were going to get weird then, aren't we? You know what I mean?
I know Mother, but I can't remember it right now.
Good, because neither can you.
Oh shit. That's lucky then.
So, out of RP, Lauren, you're unaware of this bit. This is Cybermaster slapping you upside the face with plot.
Hey, you know, it's my backstory. It's your backstory too. And we just can't get the guy with the minigun in because we just want to leave it somewhere.
Everything just feels sketch.
Good.
World's smallest violin playing just for us.
You think there's a
I've got an
violin? It's just a
appointment
string,
too.
mate, on a piece of... It's just a string on floor.
Sorry, I misspoke. It's a cello.
I look over at I'll just sort of say it 413X. Like, look, I wasn't expecting them to let me go into the appointment with you, and she gave in really quickly to that idea.
I told
Which-
you this is sketch.
Makes me worried.
That's why I think we should leave.
This unit appreciates your candor, your fear. However, this unit requires answers.
Not just fear for
If you do not wish to be here, then you may leave. But this unit will be going in.
You okay for me to come with you?
That this unit cares neither way. And now, Ewan, we have reached phase 4.
Yes.
Like,
John looks at Ewan and back at Tracy. Goes, phase 4.
You have a pattern.
It's cool. At what point do the knives come out?
Phase
That would
4
be
is the
phase
good
5.
one.
Checking. I was wondering whether or not I had 1 or 2 stages left. You know.
I think there's one. Phase 6 is death.
That this unit definitely does not recommend that anyone enters a fist fight with you.
mate, it's fucking accurate.
Can I just
So
look
funny.
around from where we sat? Just see if I notice anything.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Yeah. Social
I'll
trying to
count.
find where my dice was there.
I'll do a short, sharp, texted version of the.
I noticed nothing.
Okay.
I'll text. I'll
got
send a
8.
message to. Sorry, Lauren. I'll send a text to Chase and Abel about what's going, like the last few minutes of interactions.
Oh no, they heard everything.
You don't know he sent a text.
I thought.
Oh, it's on the group chat. She was.
Alright, it's on the group chat.
We had comms open.
Oh right.
Fucking
Yeah,
aubergine emojis everywhere. So,
Abel,
you,
drink this.
you are right. Yeah, you are. Don't drink.
This.
Right, so-
it's really
Perception check. You don't notice
killing a
anything out of the
plant.
ordinary. It's just you are in some sort of hospitalised facility or.
I feel a bit too anxious to actually focus on looking at anything because that freaked me out.
Cool. Chase and Abel, you are apparently a new detective show called Chase and Abel. But Abel, do you drink the coffee?
No.
Cool. And that's that done. Shut down there and then. You get the message from June, Steve.
Ding Chang Zhong.
Yep, Jean. Do you care?
I'll
I've got to ask, lads. You both just sat there. Cool.
I'll look
Great
up at
text
Chase.
message.
I'll look up at Chase and be like, "Are you getting any weird vibes or?"
Your parents around.
Feel absolutely fine. And I've drank this.
You see his eye twitching.
I'll send something back. Just saying, if you need us, shout, because you got 2 guys out here with guns.
I don't think I'll be able to get past them mechs on the front door. I'm just saying.
Where was this chase fucking yesterday? I can take on 30 people. Like, oh no, there's 2 mechs on the door. Fuck up, mate. Or what the fuck is in that room? Like, I'm looking up this entire time because obviously he's like 7 foot and I'm down here. If they need us, we are going in. Right? Do you understand?
Yeah. I
Said
understand,
with
Cliff.
conviction. Perfect. We'll start, and I'll just sort of like because I that interaction I'd muted, had the interaction, unmuted, and just said back to 413X and sure, and yeah, just been like, if you need a shout.
Smacking it up, mate. We are going in. Man with clipboard, just for no reason, stares across the store at you two and goes, I don't know why. Back inside. You've not witnessed anything out of the ordinary. Unless you're actually leaving, time is going to pass, so I need to know what you're doing, you.
Well, my appointment's before 413X's.
In about 45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be sat there anxiously because I decided to roll if I was going to stay or go, and I decided to stay.
Okay.
So
using dice in an RPG sickens me.
Yeah.
Not involving a stat.
It was like above 10 I stay, below 10 I go. But I'm gonna keep like just anxiously looking around just to see if I notice anything. So can I do another perception or no?
I'd say you can do one every half hour. So you've done one now. So in another 15-20 minutes, you'll have taken enough deep breaths to go, cool, let's have another look. 413X, are you bang? I will wait here until my appointment. Cool. Jean?
I'm sticking with 4 on 3.
I didn't know if you were bobbing to music then, or you were gonna. You were just like, oh, yes, it's a good tune.
What?
Go.
10.
You
I've got plus 7 to perception.
Oh, Jesus. So as you
I've got a 1 and a 3.
that is shocking.
I am.
So Lauren's dice are actually anxious as well.
These are my new ones as well. My boyfriend got for me. Oh, that can
Get
go
rid
away.
of the
Yeah.
dice. Of the dice.
Freezer time.
I'm going to.
Bless you.
Yeah, I am going to be paying attention to the the crowd, right? I'm going to be, given that I am now a bit on edge about like how easy that was. I'm going to be sort of like checking out whether or not the general coming and goings are changing. Based on the kind of flow into the building. Is there any noticeable difference in the types of people coming in, the types of people going out, people suddenly appearing?
You give me a perception check.
Perception question. It's not that great. 12.
Cool. So Ian, again, maybe need a few more deep breaths, but you won't be able to do another perception check before your appointment.
Yeah, I'm not used to like being out of control at all, so that was shocking and just really, really strange.
Jean, you notice that the folk that are coming and going don't ever have to wait. They get to the reception desk and they're gestured to go down the corridor. You don't get to hear much of the conversation that's been had with the 12 between the receptionist and those that are coming and going. They essentially hit the corridors near the edge of the waiting area, and they're either through a door or further down the corridor and through a door. And then
I'll just do it. Just in response So go on.
I was going to say anywhere between 10 minutes and half an hour. Some of those people come back, some don't, but nothing is alerting you with your super high perception roll.
Just to verify the obvious, I'll just do a quick check on, is it possible to effectively remote book an appointment in this place without having to walk to the reception desk? I'm guessing the answer is going to be yes, but
It doesn't take you long to check, but there is no function that you can find to remotely book.
interesting. Okay, I will pass that on to and James and the guys and 413X and the guys outside.
Did you say Ian, James, and 413X?
And I did. I said I did. I corrected myself on James. Sorry.
So there's an NPC turns up. Short guy, all dead beans.
I'll change my name on Zoom call for you as well.
You want to put it like 413Z just to really throw them off.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help that I had 4 hours sleep last night. So sorry.
I don't care. I have that a week, so
Done.
fuck you.
Wow, dude.
So
That's how you get so much fun, Rin.
yeah. So as it's coming to the close of the hour, the mech from behind the desk calls across to you, Ian, Pack. Room 718. Ready when you are, Ian Pack, for general checkup.
718. Okay. I'll be in room 718 on the comms, and I'm
I'll-
going to head in.
I'll tag her as she goes in my hood and track her as long as it lets me.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm gonna head in, trying to be a bit more mindful of my surroundings as I go in, so I know where I'm going and how to get out. Hopefully, can you try one last time?
There's no perception roll to roll.
No.
You've had your 1 and your 3. Yeah, I'll just keep chipping away. Can I do another stealth check?
I'm going to try really hard this time. Really hard.
So,
I shake the fern leaves. Does it mean I get a reroll?
being a little off centre at the moment, it's still simple enough to go. It's a straight corridor. The rooms immediately where you start at like 680 maybe, so they're already high, and the lower rooms must be behind you. But it's a straight corridor. If it keeps going like this pattern, it'll be further down, and you can see now. I mean, the building goes back for a good old, couple of acres of area. This facility is taken up. The fact that you're going to room 718 tells you that, assuming they started at 1, there's a shit ton of rooms here. You head down the corridor. The beeps and sounds of folk, as you would expect in a hospital type facility, are all around you. There's not a lot of voice noises. It's more machinery and just ambience. There's no people talking. Every now and then, some of the doors are glass, whereas others are just wood. The glass doors you can see in are doors to wards, and there are several beds there, some empty, very basic, just mattresses on wheels. There is the curtains that pull around and such, and there are folk of clearly District 4 origins, not quite homeless, but living rough in District 4. And they are being tended to by med mechs rather than any human interaction, or so far. Getting down to the left-hand doors, left-hand side are even and the right-hand side are odd. You come across 716, and 718 is in front of you, and it is a wooden door, and it indeed has the number 718 on it. Can you give me a history check? You throw one bit of plot in and Lauren's fucked.
Different dice.
Oh, God.
These are the first dice I ever bought.
There's a lot of dice going in bin tonight.
Time
Lauren's
to
house.
cut the hand off.
Just just cheat. 38 on a D4.
4.
Yeah, it's a door with 3 numbers on it.
Yeah, it's a door.
Definitely not a jar.
What a
Bad jokes, plenty of them.
and a borrow some.
What do you do?
I've got a book. scan some pages and send them to you.
Yeah, do it.
None of those are going to help you, Lauren.
No.
Roll with the other hand.
I knock the door and I drop my
Yeah,
dice.
it'll be like a stranger's doing it.
No.
Sit on it for a while. I knock the
Sailors,
door.
sailors. Right, you knock on the door, and as you knock on the door, a grid of green, like digital green, goes across the door, and you just hear a familiar voice from maybe an hour ago. Enter.
I push the door.
Well, as you push the door, you step in, and it is a typical GP's office, as it were. There is a bed on the right, there is a desk, there is a chair your side, and there's a chair on the other side of the desk with a small, almost tablet format computer there. Standing, not sat, is the African woman from the reception area, her bright blue, green and yellow, long, med robes on, and she's just staring at you. The door closes behind, automatically, not like just closes behind you. Give me a sense motive check as you both make eye contact. Higher than a 5. Come on.
Oh, Liz, man.
What'd you get? 15?
30.
Oh, so
I'll take
close.
15 now.
Yeah. Is there anything you've got? 13's enough. She's not hiding it very well. She's welling up.
Are you okay?
What are you doing here, Chow?
Say that again.
Why are you here? And she comes past you, and she just goes past you, and she opens the door, and she looks down the corridor, and she closes the door again. Why?
No, what was the last thing you said? Why are you here?
Chow. Your
I-
name? Why
That's
are you not on
my
Mars? Why are you not on Mars? Why are you here?
name. That's not my name.
What? And she looks at you a little bit confused. Okay. What do we call you?
Yeah.
Yeon, the appointment. Why are you here, Yeon? You shouldn't be. You're supposed to be on Mars. And then she opens the door again and looks down the corridor. There's urgency, panic.
I finished my job on Mars and I came back. How
Who kn-
did you know I was on Mars?
How? Well, I didn't think it'd last this long. I thought you'd have faded off. That's where I left you. You weren't supposed to. You were supposed to stay there, safer there.
I have no idea what you're on about. Can I do sense motive?
Yeah.
Can I still hear your own side of the conversation, or when the green thing went around the door, or was it the whole room? It sort of cut comms or something.
Oh Jesus! From the dice going through the window behind you, and it's probably not a high roll. Ian, did you?
7.
7. Cool. Did you turn your open comms off?
Nope.
Then yes, you can hear it. That was a different thing, but fair play.
Can I
Get the
still?
popcorn
Is
out.
she still appearing on my HUD as well?
She does not appear on your HUD. But if you're all part of the open comms group chat, aubergine, friends, our us chat, then you can hear it as well.
I think that group's called.
EP
Right, John.
Cyberpunks. Yeah.
We peace. Was here 2185. From as you obviously are in a bit of a confused state and you're staring at her. There's nothing beyond the obvious. She's kind of dried her eyes a little bit, and she is quite nervous about whatever may or may not be in the corridor. And every so often she'll close the door. After a few times, she stands near the door, and just every now and then will listen to it rather than open and check.
I genuinely do not know what you're on about.
And there's a pause, and she smiles. You really don't, do you?
I came here with my friend because they're having memory issues. So I'm worried I'm being gaslit a bit right now to upsell me on something or to trick me into some sort of ambush. So
This isn't
Bit-
a trick.
bit freaked out.
Yeon, sorry, Yeon. This isn't a trick. I don't know who you're. What friend? Are you with the? Are you with the?
An appointment in 45 minutes.
I've no idea who that is.
I was sat next to him.
Oh, the synth. Okay, well, the other synth. Like, you've changed. Your hair's a different colour. That's new.
It's always been blue.
You can see now there's a smile on her face of just. It's like pure joy.
Why do you look so happy? I'm very confused right now.
I've not seen you in years, Yeon.
I was only on Mars 6 months.
Wow, it really worked. Do you want to sit? I mean, just hang on, just don't rush. Who knows you're here? How did you get here from Mars? Did people follow you? Did people bring you here? Did you come alone? Were you followed? Oh, what if they know? What if they know?
It was my job to get my team off Mars.
Your job? You're doing work? What was? Who paid you? Who was the job from?
Well, they didn't pay me. Crown.
Crown from the UK. Crown.
Yeah.
Why are you working for them?
Because I'm a smuggler.
Well, yes, you are. You are. That's what you were designed for. You are very, very adept at it. You don't. This is fascinating. We can't speak here, and she kind of looking at the ceiling now in the corners of the room and stuff. You can see there's an element of very obvious paranoia rather than any check needed. Just play it cool. We've done this before. We can do it again. Just can you meet later this evening?
Yeah.
Here are my details, and she just kind of holds out her comms like on her wrist. You can see her little personal computer deck type thing.
Yeah.
Which you guys have exchanged numbers before. You know how it works if you so wish.
Yep.
I don't need to take yours. That's fine. You just take mine, and you tell me a place and a time. Probably not the shops across the road, further away from the facility. It's so nice to see you again.
I wish I could say the same.
It's fine. It doesn't matter that you can't.
Okay. How long do checkups usually take? Because I don't want to walk out here within a couple of minutes to turn up. Because it might
half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Are you just here for a checkup? Do you need a checkup? I can give you a checkup. Are you all right? Are you injured?
Well, I was here for a friend, and they were telling us to leave if you didn't have appointments. So I thought I'd get a checkup while I'm here, because it's always good to.
Covertly, still got it. Okay, we don't have. If you don't need a checkup, we don't have to do one. I'll falsify the data. Sounds very dramatic. I'll just put a tick box in. Checkup done.
Cool. Right.
Do you want anything to drink? I mean, we've got a few minutes to waste before. If you want to make it look realistic, she kind of just like half smiles, not really.
Yeah. What do you have?
What water? It's clean water though. It's not, District 4 water.
Okay, that'll have to do for now.
She goes behind the desk and comes back with just a clear plastic bottle. So drink this, and as she pops the lid, the water fills in the bottle. It's empty when you first see it. There's only a few uses of it, but it's nice. It's clear. It's synthetic, but it does the job.
Okay, I take a sip.
Do you want to? It's very refreshing, cool H2O. Do you want to sit? Are you okay?
Can I just look at her face, like, just kind of intently look at her, see if I recognize any features or anything at all?
Give me a history check.
You did that one, didn't I? Finally.
Finally, an 11.
I got a 16, so that's
Double
18
digit.
total.
18.
18.
You seen Hook? Have you seen the
Say that
movie?
again?
Have you seen the movie Hook?
Yes.
Cool. So as you're staring at her, she kind of just stands there in front of you, and you go from trying to just focus to really looking now, and it's very obvious what you're doing. And you kind of, your hands come up and you start pushing at her cheeks, and you know, around her ears and her hair and
It's
stuff.
you, Peter.
There you are. And that's full on what happens. That's full on what happens. And she just smiling, just lets you, and then she'll bring her hand up and touch yours, and then the word Vina just resonates in your memory. Not mother, Vina. And there is a Vina, Vina. And there is a moment of you recognise her, but no other details come to your mind. But you do recognise her for whatever reason you're yet to know.
As I kind of had that moment of recognition, I was like, when you saw me in the waiting room, I had a flash of a word. Was that you?
What was the word?
Mother.
She beams brightly. Yes, but it was part of the ruse when we were on Mars.
That you were my mother.
Yes, it helped us hide from the facility, those that were... You remember nothing? The facility at Olympus Mons? The Scarlet Diamonds? Anything? Smuggling them?
I've been there.
Yeah, yes, you have.
Not with you.
Yes, you have.
Whew. It's a spicy meatball.
So I've been there a couple of times then. That's great.
That was your intended role. Shut up, James. That was your intended role. Zip it, role player. That was your intended role. You were to... I mean, they're not really diamonds. They just called them Scarlet Diamonds because it made them sound expensive. But the red stones that they used on him, and she doesn't like the on him bit. She kind of backs away from it.
Who's him?
The siblings they made. You really
Are they
remember
very
nothing.
large?
They're very large. I mean, you're tall. I mean, how tall are you?
I think 5 something. I can't remember, like 5'8", 5'9".
So you're slightly taller than Vina. I mean, they're both bigger than me, but I don't. Yeah, the siblings. They're not really. It was a fabrication that they were brother and sister, but we can't talk about it here. And she starts looking around the room. Just go. Get away from here. Don't make sure nobody follows you. If you trust the friend you're with, bring them. But please, please, no more talking here. And she checks the corridor again, and it's been a few minutes since she checked the corridor.
Okay.
But you can see that paranoia kicking back up.
Okay. I'll communicate a location later.
Okay.
Will my friend be safe here? He's had some memory lapses himself, and he's wanted to get checked out. And I was worried this place was a trap for him.
Why would it be?
I don't know.
I've no idea who your friend is. I couldn't tell you if they're here for memory stuff. We've lost. I hate you. You're all over the place now, Niall. Whose camera was it? That's right. That's right, Niall. You just stay quiet.
I'm still in the same place.
You're still in the same place.
I'm sorry. My internet dropped out.
Pay your bill. I don't know who your friend is. If they're here for memory stuff, it's a good place to be. We're a neuro facility. We deal in the mind and such. Is there any? Why would there be an ambush here? Like, are they an important person? Are they on the run? Are they a criminal?
No, it's just something to do with the military, I think. So I was just a bit worried.
We've worked with military folk. Oh shit, military folk before.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Please, contact me later.
I leave.
Goodbye, Yun. And she just lets you leave. You walk back down the corridor, I'm assuming, or escape out a window.
I walk down the corridor, I grab my stuff, and I'm just gonna go.
Does she pop back up on the hood? She comes out of the room.
As soon as she comes out of the room, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm walking down the corridor. I'm going to grab my rifle, and I'm gonna just head outside because I may have a panic attack.
Sense motive 413X and John.
23.
Okay. That's proper dice. Lauren, alright? Less so on Jeff's. So 413X is, I'm in a queue. I will wait my turn. John, you notice straight away, as Ian walks past, there is an uncomfortableness to her personal space. She goes straight over, the woman in the cage scans, passes her, hits the red button, it comes out another shoot, nice poof, lands, she passes it out to Yun. Yun collects her things and leaves, with not a word to you two.
I will call out to her before she heads out. I'm guessing you're not going to stop. Yeah.
I roll myself a fortitude save. I'm going straight outside and having a panic attack. And I got 7.
For fuck's sake.
I also yeeted that dice.
Okay,
Be careful when you walk around your living room, love, because
I won't leave. I'll message Yun. Are you okay? And then at the same time, I'll message, not on the group chat, I'll message Chase and Abel to say, checking on Yun, something just happened to her. She didn't respond when she left the building.
I'll send back a thumbs up.
Off my
emoji.
comms.
You turn off your comms?
Yeah.
Cool.
This unit suggests that you go and look after her. This unit's appointment is not for some time.
Well, it's only about 50 minutes because my appointment was half hour.
You've got about 25 minutes, mate. 15 to 25 minutes, give or take, on the timing of her coming in and out.
Once we receive that from Jean, we'll
Okay,
leave
cool.
the bar and try and find Ewan.
I've just
Thanks,
managed to catch my breath, and I'm actually just going to head to the bungalow.
If we've got eyes on the front door and see Yoan leave, I'll say to Chase, you stay here and keep an eye on them. I'll go after you.
No check needed. Yun is definitely not wanting to be anywhere. Like, there's just complete. Her comms went off. She's ignoring you lot. You're not hard to
I'm on the
spot.
first cab back to the bungalow.
She gets in a cab just before you get to her, Abel, and she's away in the cabinet. But you do see her drive off in a cab.
I'll send a message just being like, if you need us, you've got my number, and just send it.
I turn my comms off.
You get a deadline, mate.
Yeah.
The good thing about 2185 is when your messages don't get through as well. So, Abel and Chess, you doing anything, or are you just waiting for the emergency, come and kill all the mechs?
You hear that, Mr. Anderson?
Inevitability.
Yeah.
Was there a name of a taxi company on the side of the cab that you took?
Yeah.
I'll phone up that cab company and just basically be like, "Oh, you've just had a cab turn up at XY, like at the Fresh facility in District 4. Just checking, where did that cab end up? Where is that cab headed? It's got one of my friends and she seemed vaguely distressed."
Voice on the other end. Cost you 5 Gs. Cab customer confidentiality.
No, that's fine. Get fucked, and I'll put the phone down.
Go. You can be confident. He cares not.
Just not 5K, not 5G cares.
My mate, she needs
Right,
an
it'll be
ambulance.
right.
She's cut her legs. She's up her telephone. Like, I need to help her. I really need to help her. Cost you £1. She'll be right. She'll be right. How much is it for an ambulance? So, do you just go back over to Chess?
I'll watch as the cab goes off around the corner.
There goes
Whatever.
my hero.
I'll probably have to stand on a bench because I'm only 5'1".
Yeah, but you can still see in front of you.
Yeah, but if there's other people on the road or something like that,
Just all of them in your line of sight. just were you,
fucking tall
are you
people.
not doing this deliberately? There's some guy like that moving with you. Yeah.
Abel, drink this. You might be able to see better.
Get fucked.
Every 5 minutes. How about now? How about now? How about now?
Oh God.
It's like, yeah, with the
God.
perception checks, for fuck's sake. So, you're in your taxi back, and you're going to the bungalow, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Abel and Chase, you are chilling outside, yep?
Yep.
John and Phone 3X, you got about 15 minutes as time's passing and stuff like this. Do you wish to do anything, or are you just waiting for?
I mean, because 413X said, right, I'll say to him, it's like, you know, I'll have said to him before all this kicked off that Chase and Abel can take care of you, and one of us needs to stay with you.
You hear Phase 4 muttered under Phone 3X's breath.
Didn't even have to say.
The 15 minutes pass, and the reception mech calls, designated Phone 3X, your appointment, room 942.
413X will get up and walk to the designated room.
You following?
Following?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's in it to win it.
942, yeah?
942. Walking down, you know, the further you, as you go past all the rooms on your left and right, the corridors get a bit wider and more open areas, like smaller reception areas, very much like a hospital, smaller reception areas for different departments of, of the facility. And you went there for what you said, two things, didn't you? So the memory stuff, and there was a third. There was a second thing that you said, James. Sorry, mate. For Phone 3X, you were there for, was it maintenance?
Yeah, maintenance and memory.
Maintenance and memory. The two M's, the M&M's. You see a yellow peanut guy walk out. Hey! You get to room 942, and the door there is metallic. The border of the door, so the door frame is, it's digital. There are lights on it. There's a scanner on it. This immediate design of doorway compared to the rest of the place is very, very different. You have seen higher levels of technology as you come further down here. You may recognise, less so for you, 413X, but Jean, you'll recognise some of the things that are done for smaller surgeries. There are quite a lot of like skull cap sort of machines with various wires on them and LEDs and neon lights. Whee! Nanos everywhere, mate. And it doesn't surprise you, they're a neuro facility. But this particular door with the 942 on it just requires a scan. There is instructions to the side of the scanner for the patient to scan. Let them in.
I'll send a message to the guys outside room 942. It's got a secured door scanner, you know, blah blah blah.
I'll follow the instructions.
Cool. You give a little scan. It beeps. The door opens, and inside, this room is massive. Maybe about 80 feet across both ways, like a very large sort of squared room. There is several tubes to your right, 3 tubes that come down the right hand wall with a greenish liquid pouring through them. It's clearly going all the way through because there's no bubbles or anything. This liquid has a beginning and end. On your left hand side there are shelves of containers that are cylindrical, like small oil drum sort of shape. They've got a metallic top and bottom and like a band of glass where you can see this green liquid in them. there are chuffing 20 plus of these containers. They are small oil drums. Like you could probably carry one in a bear rug. Chase could probably carry all of them. But on your left, further into the left-hand side is more mundane stuff. So shelves with boxes, cardboard boxes on there. You can see gloves and basic medical kit that would be used for hygiene purposes. There are some red and white cylinders similar to the drums next to you, but smaller and look more like pressurized cans, and they have like an amber strip on each of them. On your right hand side you see 4 biodome type thing, like structures. They're maybe 7 feet tall, rectangular, 10 feet like across, maybe 5 feet wide, and within them there's 4 of these glass biodome sort of display units from the looks of it, and within this there is a luminescent green, turquoise, deep blues. These plants are giving off this luminescent light. On the top right hand corner as you walk in, there is a machine very much like an MRI scanner. You can see that it is a tunnel of machinery, and there is a bed that slides in and out. I say a bed, there is a tray that you can lay on. Straight in front of you, a couple of steps up onto a raised bit, there are 5 cylinders that would fit a person in, and in all 5 of those cylinders is a person. They are all naked. They've been shaved of all hair from head to foot. Of the 5 of them, it's hard to tell unless you spend a lot of time. There are various pipes coming from them and going into the floor somewhere. You'd have to spend time to work out what their makeup was. But basically, you can immediately see from the skin textures where it's visible from like these pipes all over the place, that they are a bit rougher and probably locals of District 5, 4, possibly 3 as well, because 3 is not great. But they haven't kept themselves that healthy. In the middle of those 5, so there's 2 immediately up the raised stairs, 1 on your left, 1 on your right, and there's 3 at the back. There is a large bed / medical table, and 2 yellow golden arms with very delicate like pincers on the end of them, and they kind of move like fingers, but they're very thin, and there's maybe 20 of these very thin spindly fingers on each. Jean, you immediately recognise that they are probably the most expensive thing you ever saw during your training, and it was more a demo, and you were not allowed to touch. You look with your eyes, not your hands, sort of mentality. And they were designed by several surgeons that essentially kept creating synths with their downloads, like they were downloading their memories, what they'd learned through their life, etc., etc., and they were trying to create this perfect surgical assistant, essentially, to get rid of the mistakes that a human can make. And there was obviously arguments against that, humans will make the more moral choice, or they'll act faster and stuff, and that was always the argument that you heard about in the testing, and that was a project way back when you were learning your medical degrees and stuff, before you decided to crash a plane. And then at the far side there is an office room, full glass walls, maybe 15, 20 feet, maybe longer, 30 feet of a glass wall, and beyond
I feel I should clarify for the viewers at home, for the benefit of the GM, that I crashed the plane first and then I got into medicine.
I'm talking about the crowd one.
Oh, okay.
So you want to throw another one in there? But yeah, and it is an office area, and there are 2 or 3 desks beyond that glass wall. That and there are people in there. They have the long white coats on that you'd expect, or that become stereotypical around medical centres and such. They're not bright white, but they fit the stereotype, and they are all working on something. Stood just on the outside is a single person in humanoid shape. They are of maybe just short of 6 feet, but they are completely encased in a thick, like Kevlar armour. It is very chunky. It doesn't look like they'd be agile, but it looks like they'd be quite durable. And you're not sure if they are a mech that is in humanoid form, and you see their helmet and it kind of peaks a little bit. It has a bit of a beak in front on the helmet. Pure silver, not like shiny silver, but more iron than silver. It's that gritty. There's like a black grit to it that you'd like if it like off a bike chain type metal colouring. And they're just there with a short SMG and a couple of devices hanging off their belt that may or may not be grenades of some flavour. But looking around the place, definitely getting fired if they pop a grenade off in here. But and they're just kind of stood at the glass doorway. They don't react to you entering, but somebody at the back in the office does, and they step out. They have blonde hair that kind of just, it's like they've started a military cut, so they've done it short at the sides, like proper shaved down, and then their hair is long on top and then drops back down like almost curtains, and just drops down over the shaved bits. They look maybe 50, pushing 60, but have had a decent life, or have at least paid well to look decent at this age. Their jacket is a lot older than the rest. You can see the wear and the white that probably was bright white when they first wore it, but it is now real dull, real like a beige cream colour. And they walk around. Their clothes are a bit baggy for them. They don't kind of fit, like they've got an awkward physique where the clothes, even if they were fitted, you can imagine they still hang off them a little bit. They've just got one of those awkward physiques that don't match well with fitted clothes. But you can imagine that on a person they fit properly. They're wearing quite smart clothing, and they're having a conversation with the folk in the office, and they step out. Their glasses are completely black across, but you can see lots of colours going across them, a bit like a data read, like full on. He used to watch Matrix when he was a kid. And he takes them off now and then just to the point of his nose so he can look over them and read whatever he's reading on the clipboard, and then come back. And he walks round the raised bit in the middle to yourself, Fallen 3X, and Jean. I'm assuming you've entered, or have you just opened the door and stood outside?
Oh no, I assuming I could get in, I was totally going in.
Yeah, it let you in. There was no.
413X trying to walk through the door, and Sean's like,
and you step in, and as they come towards you, they just again pull their glasses down over their nose. Designated 413X, I'm their doctor. That would be yourselves, I believe.
Yeah.
this unit carries the designation 413X.
Maintenance, and you're having trouble with memories, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Doctor, I was told you're their normal carer, but needed our facilities to do your work. Is that correct?
I don't have the expertise with the synth side of my friend here's makeup, shall we say, and I believe those are the components that are causing the issues rather than his biological ones, which I'm more able to directly.
Well, you've come to the right place. Here at Fresh, we're very versed in synths and their medicinal needs. We can definitely perform a maintenance check on you, and if we find anything, we can offer, a service for a fee. And then the memory would have to. We will deal with that separately. It is a very different machine for such an intricate check. Which would you like first? Designated 413X. Is designated part of your name, or is it just a term you use when announcing yourself? Just for paperwork purposes.
Designated is just a term for introducing myself.
So
413X is the moniker.
Well, it's pleased to meet you, 413X. I hope we can give you a refreshing time. Just kind of laughs at their little corporate joke. So, I was told you'd have details. Dr.
Jean.
Oh, that's me. Where to keep up the ruse? Looking over your shoulder. Fucking doctor here. So, yes, Dr. Jean, an interesting way to announce yourself.
John Takei Kane.
Shit with the names. So, Dr. Takeke, yes?
Takei Kane.
Takei Kane? Should have stuck with Jean. My apologies. So I was told you'd have information to share. It will greatly help the maintenance check and the memory check if you could share as much as possible with us as we ask questions and such. I can input them into the procedures, and they'll.
So without, I'm basically going to provide the my medical breakdown of our last 7 months together, without mentioning the specific events that precipitated some of the what I consider to be potentially medically causing events, recognizing that I won't just mention things that directly caused harm to 413X that might have healed, like for example, and I will say things like severe lacerations, blunt force trauma, that sort of stuff. But I'll also talk about the potential psychological impacts of near-death experiences resulting in high G-force acceleration from a vertical height of significance, sort of thing, without saying he was in a plane crash in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, just describe the injury, not the method.
Yeah.
He broke his leg. How? We don't talk about it. So, give me a medicine check to see how well this information can be presented to.
Really shit tonight, but I'm adding quite a bit to this.
Not as bad as me.
Well, no, true.
Dice
true.
all over the living room.
That is a 13 on that.
13? Cool. He pulls his glasses down again. So, maintenance first. It would be the lesser of strain on yourself, Fallen 3X. But maybe your doctor would prefer memory first. It is entirely up to yourselves.
This unit will be led by your experience.
You saying that to
I
John?
think he was saying that. No, I think he was saying that to the other chap, not John.
He's just saying it to the room at large.
Okay.
He looks at you.
Go,
He looks
go.
at the doctor. He looks at Jean. And,
John will say, yeah, carry on.
it is your decision. I cannot make that decision for the patient. It is.
I believe the designated 413X was most concerned about his operating efficiency. Therefore, we should begin with a maintenance check.
Good. This way, step up, and they walk up the stairs to that large platform, and you see the machinery just like and back out the way.
The 5 folks that are in this room,
They're in the cylinders.
that are in the cylinders, yeah. Do they look alive?
Give me a medicine check.
Can't breathe water.
That's a 26.
So, you do see that they do have face masks, and with your 26, just having a quick look at the data screens that are just around each of them, just having a quick look, recognising some of the information on there, and just an assessment. I'm with a 26, an assessment of these folk floating in these thing. They look in a coma of sorts. Their heartbeats, the monitors that are in place, they are alive. They are not, normally when you're awake or moving around, everything's a lot higher.
Yeah.
These lot are super sedated and kind of just floating there in the.
Yeah. And do they have, other than the tubes that are connected to the cylinders, do they have lots of things connected to their body?
Yes. So sorry, the tubes and cylinders that you saw, the tubes that you saw before were from them going beneath the cylinders. So within the tank itself, they have, very much there are all over their chest, their lower back, their thighs, their ass, their arms. They have a lot of work, but there's no blood, it seems, and it's quite difficult to see whether or not liquid is going in or coming out. It's kind of a what's the word? I can't remember the word, but yeah,
Okay.
doesn't seem to flow in any direction, but they are in a coma of sorts, from what you can deduce.
And is there a common flow to the tubing? Is in like the 5 tubes all? I think you said, from remembering the description, you said the 5 tubes are all connected in and of themselves.
No, so
But-
sorry, that's my bad description. The less tubes and more giant cylinders that fit a person in.
Right.
And the
Okay.
tubing you see is from the person within the cylinder going beneath the cylinder.
Right. Okay.
Any other
So there's
cabling at
no
the base of the cylinders goes downwards. You've come up onto a raised plinth, they're on the raised plinth, so you assume the wiring is beneath.
So each one's standalone. There's no obvious sign they're connected.
From
to
what
each
you
other,
can
and
see
there's-
so far.
And there's no way I can. There's nothing obvious from where we are at the moment that indicates that the cylinder below the cylinders is like some kind of common tube or anything like that.
You can't see below them, they're just...
Yeah.
But you did step up onto
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
platform, so there is something under them, but obviously
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a raised bit. Out the top of each 5, there's a thick... thank you, Will. There's a thick tube that goes into the ceiling of the same bluish liquid that they're kind of just sat in.
Yeah. Okay. And relative to them, where is 413X being led?
So imagine there's 3 at the back. Yeah. There's a table in the middle, and then there's 2.
Okay.
So imagine you're on a snooker table. He's in the middle, and the top left, middle, and top right pockets are a cylinder, and the bottom left and bottom right pockets are a cylinder, and he's in the
Cool.
middle. It's large. It's
Cool,
big.
cool.
There's like 35, 40 feet. You know, it's a very large platform. It's not all clustered in.
In the 6th spot in that configuration, is there obvious signs of a gap?
No, they're the stairs you step up on.
Right. Okay. So there is only 5.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Please get up on the table, and we will arrange and begin your maintenance check, if that is
And
okay. The
sorry.
information. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. I was going to say, and the arm unit is inside this configuration as well,
It's-
above the table.
It's above the table, and the cylinder's on the outside of it.
Yeah.
So the cylinders are on the table. Put a table in the middle of the snooker table, and they're attached to that table.
Okay. From what I remember about the development of this device, was there some concept of it being neuro-controlled?
It was definitely. Give me a history check. What did you get last time on your history check for this device?
I didn't.
All
You
right,
just
so
told me
give
some
Give me a
stuff.
history check.
I think that's a 20. Let's double check my history stat.
413X will just get onto the table.
I guess.
Oh no, my bad. My history's not actually that good. Only 15.
Cool. Yes. Whether it came to fruition, you don't know, but that was
Yeah.
a strong argument for the folk that were like, you can't just make it completely machine-based when it's doing surgery. The arguments were, but it can go for days and days and days, where surgeons will pass out after so many hours. But augmentation, all that back and forth, but controlled neurally to take away the reflexes of a person going wrong was a very strong argument for this piece of kit. I know. Manila did.
When the sorry,
That's all right.
when the arms start moving, my initial attention is going to be on 413X, but I'm going to spare it more than just a glance at the 5 cylinders as well to see whether or not during the use of the arms there's any noticeable
Reaction in those cylinders.
reaction or change in the cylinders. Yeah.
Okay, give me a perception check. 413X. You get on the table, you lay down immediately. Yes, so we need to stand back and let the machine do its work. So I will just, and he starts going on his data pad, and you hear that putting in the information that you have just provided about your last 7.5 months with 413X and the injuries they may not have sustained during, mutated forests. But and the information goes in there. You miss a couple of bits with your 13, but nothing major that you don't. You think about it afterwards and go, oh shit, I should have told him about that time he got shot or they got shot and stuff like this. But you get through it, and the machines, and they come in, and 413X, it feels like a feather. The sensation in your synth mechanics feels like a feather is being stroked across your entirety as these two arms move up and down. You can feel them connecting to like the back at the base of your skull on the neck, further down, like at the joints, fingers, knees, every little articulated part of yourself. You get this feather stroke feeling as they do their work across you, and your maintenance check is going on. Jean, what did you get on your perception check?
21.
Cool. There is not a single reaction from the 5 humans in those cylinders. There's no bubble of liquid, no lights change that would cause you to go, why is that light changing? As the maintenance check's going on, 413X, you shut down. You go into your 4-hour sort of stasis mode. Jean, you are left with the doctor, and he, may I have a conversation with you?
Yeah, of course.
And it steps away from 413X to like the bottom left-hand corner of the room, so like well away.
Can we still hear it, or has the room closed us off?
You can't hear anything.
Cool.
The comms are still open, but as far as you're concerned, Jean and that 413X are just not talking. It doesn't
presumably
it doesn't cut the comms, it just blacks it out.
Presumably, are my messages showing as sent or not sent?
Have you sent one since you stepped inside the room?
No, I suppose we're on open comms though. Would we get
So again, for Abel, as far as you're concerned, the comms are still open?
Like a little red light in the corner.
The comms are still open, there's nothing telling you that the comms have shut or closed or been blocked. As far as you're concerned, they're still open. However, neither of you will hear any conversation from each other.
Yeah, cool.
It's already we can see, and they show you your the data pad. Already you can see here that the immediate checks are length of time this synth has been in creation, and it has been some 40 years. That is a long time for a synth. We'd only normally see them for maybe 20 or 25 years. But you can see here, and they're showing you just like graphs, numbers, and you can see they're constantly going up and down as this machine's working its way up and down 413X. You notice, just taking a glance over at 413X, that they're in that stasis mode that you'd have when you go, night-night. It says here they don't have very long left on their life cycle. Now, by not very long, I can guesstimate about a year maybe, but I would need to wait for the check to finish. But it is very lucky that you brought them here, because, well, they don't have long left. I don't know if you have plans together. I know you said you were their personal doctor and such, but are you looking to, did you know about this? Is this news to you? I do apologise if it's something you already know, but we don't normally have synths or folk arrive at death's door. Excuse my humour, but were you aware? Is this part of the reason you're here?
I knew he was old for a synth. Didn't appreciate he was that close to his end of life.
It took some doing from the information you gave us, the medical records of this particular synth. Well, it says here that I would have to check this, but it might be a mistake, but it is one of our synths. But there is no record of a synth that old in any of the records I can see. But the registration, and they kind of point out at the 413X and the rest of the numbers, etc., they never really get counted apart from certain records. And if I'm honest, I don't think I'd be able to see this if you'd have gone to a different facility. But are you an ex-employee of Fresh? Have you worked for us before?
I'm not. No. Until 413X mentioned you, to be fair, I'd only kind of heard of you in passing. but he suspected he may have worked for me in the past, but that ties into the other issue that he wants you to look into. He does not seem to have his intact memories from the early period of his existence. Is that the right word? But he'd be better telling you this himself.
So you're saying they're one of our synths and they've had their memories changed, removed?
He isn't sure.
Oh, that is interesting. Well, certainly we can. If your 413X friend here has been ghosted in the past, but it's normally a temporary effect on a mind of artificial intelligence or sentience in humans as such. Normally they can shrug it off, but to make it last such a long time is quite a feat. I apologise, but I'm quite excited to see what we can discover. Give me more 5 minutes to finalise the data, and I will be able to give you a better number on your friend's cycle.
I understood.
So,
I will keep a very close eye on him.
Cool. As the maintenance check finishes, 413X, you've only been out cold for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But if for whatever reason this would be beneficial to yourself, you've taken a long rest. That's cool. But you do feel that battery's full type sort of feeling, and you kind of just sit up. Here they come now, and you can hear the data pad's quite audible now, and there's a lot of like almost Tetris at full speed going on this lad's data pad.
I'll send 413MX a message just saying he said that Doctor told me while you were out that he had confirmed that you were a synth belonging to Fresh.
That message does not get to you, 413X.
Does it show as sent?
It does.
Okay, right.
Anyway, it gets sent. You obviously see no visible reaction in 413X. Not that we rarely do. Unless it's got a knife or a sniper rifle or a suppressed ninja roll. I have the results of your maintenance check, 413X. Are you okay if I share it with you and your doctor, or would you prefer privacy, or how would you?
This unit is happy for you to proceed with the maintenance results.
Okay. So, if you can see here, and it turns the data pad, and you can see essentially loads of numbers and loads of essentially rows of stamina, endurance, mind, fortitude, ability. It's just a character sheet. Just see a character sheet.
This is my character sheet.
And going through the various, it makes sense as you read it that they're not going to lift as much as Chase, but you can tell that the way they're designed, and stuff like this. And essentially, you read the cyberpunk character sheet of 413X. But when you get to life cycle, it says 4 months. Yep, and then -- end. So I was a little bit off, but yes, within 4 months, this 413X, your synthetic life cycle will come to an end.
There is no reaction from 413X.
I'll kind of look at the doctor. I'll look at 413X. I'll look at the doctor. I'll look at 413X.
I'm on a horse.
413X is still around. I'll be like, 4 months. 4 months.
Yes, around 16 weeks, but yes, 4 months. Were you expect? Was that? I mean, they are.
I'll reach out.
Is,
I'll reach out and put a hand on 413X's shoulder and say, I'm sorry. Is there anything we can do?
Possibly. Where I personally am not skilled in creations of synths or passing over of data, but if you have the finances, you could buy another synth. Or do you mean for 413X? You're not looking for a replacement?
No, no, I like him.
Well, you can keep them when their cycle is finished. They don't.
It's the dog.
They don't.
Woof.
413X is will not decay as a normal human.
I look at 413X. I look at the doctor and I'm like, but he's a person.
Yes, they are very advanced persons.
I just can't like.
You need some time. Maybe 413X is last. When's the next check? If you need
This
time,
was supposed to be like a 30-minute thing, and it's taken hours. Just for him to
I
have
just wanted my blood
panic
pressure
attack in the
checking.
corner. My mate's gonna die in 16 weeks.
You're just vibing. Like, yep.
Dr. Jean, if you need to take some time, maybe get a drink or and speak to 413X, and then we will perform the memory.
Right, yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. Just.
Are you sure you are?
Yeah. No. It's look, I'm a professional. It's.
Clearly, you are a professional. Yes. And Quartz got binned weeks ago.
I did a course online.
Well, in that case, we can go to the next step of. I will arrange the configuration for the machine for a memory recall, as it were, on your friend, on your patient, and it appears, dear friend. Are you ready for it, 413X, or would you care for time? And kind of looks at Jean. Doctor, are you fine with your patient to carry on?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's important. He gets better memories. Yeah.
413X lays back on the table. Again, as the machinery starts its work, you go into your stasis shutdown state. This time the machinery, extra arms kind of and like pop out from the side, full on Transformer style. And now 413X has maybe about 12 of these arms, smaller in design, going all over his body. And the two main arms go either side, one on the left, one on the right of his head. And you see these spindles, the real fine spindles, plug into the temples of 413X.
Seeing the machine start to work again, it kind of brings me a bit kind of like back into focus, enough for me to just check on whether or not there's any reaction from the guys in the cylinders again.
Give me a perception check.
That's an 11.
An 11. The one on your left, their eyes open, and they have no eyeballs, just empty sockets. And the machinery is going about on 413X. The doctor is kind of stood back and walking around and checking the data that's coming through. And before we go any further, I'm going to call it there, because it's 25 past 11. And we're getting a bit into it now. And I don't want to be playing for the next 15 hours. Well, I do, but we can't. 18, we've got 18 viewers.
Hello.
Hello,
Can I
folks.
just note something before that? So I've gotten home, because this is going on for a while. So after about 20 minutes of being back at the bungalow, I'm just going to put on comms and just go, Abel, Chase, yeah, so I found out something interesting. I don't know if that's the right word, during my test, but I would appreciate it if Abel could meet me back at the bungalow and Chase keeps an eye on the surgery for Jean, and 413X if you are amenable to that. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll
I'll
call,
get in a cab as soon as I can.
cool. We'll call the session there. Chase on their way back to Abel on their way back to the someone's camera went off again.
Yeah, it's mine. That's why I put sorry.
Abel, I hate my life. Abel, you're on your way back to the bungalow to meet up with you. Did you put that message only to Chase and Abel or across the open comms?
Only to Chase Snoop.
Cool. Only you two got it. Chase, you're staying there. Abel, you're going back to the bungalow. Yin, you're already at the bungalow. 413X, you're out cold. Jean, you're having your fun times. It is end of session. Welcome back. It's been weeks and weeks since we played. I've been waiting so long for you to get to this medical facility. How long? As soon as James, as 413X was like, I'm going to Google the medical. I was like, yes. So yeah, I'm glad you're back. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, viewers. I mean, I don't know what we're still on, but thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. The game is Carbon 2185. It's created by Dragon Turtle Games. It's Cyberpunk 5e, basically. It's really cool. We're having loads of fun with it. This is session 33, I believe, so we're smashing them out. And we're back. We play every 2 weeks, as best we can. We play every 2 weeks, so we'll keep shouting out about it. If you want to find out when we're live, follow us, go on the Discord, go on the YouTube, go on the Twitch, the Twitter, the Facebook, all that good stuff. If you don't, no worries about it. Thank you very much for watching and sticking around. Please take care of yourselves. And if you fancy more stories being told by me and more nerds, we stream throughout the week. So yeah, D&D, Pathfinder, we've got Vampire going on, and we've got this cool Cyberpunk game going on as well. So check us out. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for tuning in. For now, say goodbye, players.
Bye, players.
Have a beautiful time.
See you later, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.